Hello, good morning. Was I scared to do this live stream? A little bit. Am I going to do it anyway? Yes. How is everybody? I'm late because I was trying to be prepared and then I was not prepared because I was trying to get the second scene set up and it didn't happen. So while I'm doing this, what's everyone doing? It's 10:46, 10:47, 2 minutes late. Hello, it's me, DeeCee, your friendly neighborhood streamer with technical difficulties and bad execution on being on time. Nomadic loner. I've got to work in an hour, so I'm glad I can catch a little bit of this. Awesome. I hope you have a great day at work. It is 5:46 p.m. Love that, Alexis. It's 1:45 a.m. here. I was asleep when we just had a little earthquake. Oh, is everyone okay? Are you okay? I didn't know there was going to be a live today either, Jenny. It's 11:47. What's everyone drinking? I've got Gatorade again. And I've got my little... Look at my little... Oh, you can't see him because he's blurry. It's a little cloud topper. Tatiana, hello, hello, hello. I do have memberships now. Indeed. It is a new thing from a few days ago. What am I doing? I'm going to JLW. Well, we're going to be listening to a podcast, a visual one. And guess who never watches anybody's content and then bought a new microphone? Fine, buy your own microphone. That's funny. I just am laughing because of us yelling about the microphones, and the type that she bought is one that people have recommended. So I just laughing, just chuckling. Oh my gosh, Nis, hello, welcome. Welcome to Snarkies. Enjoy your emotes. We have a floof alert, a press present button, a happy potato, and a microphone malfunction. And we're going to get to use all those. Hi, Desiree. I'm in Vegas, 8:47 a.m. drinking my coffee. I am not going outside today. Already hot. Drinking Celsius and doing dishes. Incredible. Blaze Goddess. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was I was thinking about it, and then I have one level only because that's what I think I can handle. And next month at the end of next month, we're doing a lint roller giveaway for members. So we're going to spin the wheel, and then I'm going to send out a flint roller, my favorite lint roller of all time. Okay. My blue light glasses are ready. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, we're going to play the members is updated from last night. So if you just joined right now, it's not updated, but I have a little members thank you intro slide, and we're going to do that. Are we going to do that? What? Here we go. Jessie Lee. Here we go. There we go. Here it is. Pause, mute. Oh God, how do I make it bigger?
Figured to have a
There she is. Okay, here we go. Intro. And then I'll update the members list today and then make up the new one. Thank you, Janet, for... am I muted? No. Thank you for reminding us to turn from top chat to live chat. Oh my gosh, Janet became a member. Welcome to Snarkies. I am on live chat now as well. Des, welcome to Snarkies. Nis, welcome to Snarkies. I should have done something more like Lunch Bunch. Wouldn't that be better? Welcome to the Lunch Bunch, or that's okay. It's okay. I am working on new emotes because kazoos necessary, snacks necessary. All right. This is a interview that Jessie Lee Ward did on Discord, and she has her new microphone set up. I'll switch over. We'll switch over. Where's the reaction stream? Is it this one? Oh. No, that's incorrect. There she is. Hold on. Was I ready? Should I have been ready? Yes, I should have. Look at this handy dandy new microphone. And I'm going to keep myself unlocked so we can float around like we did last time, because that was a vibe for me. You know, we're going to rage together. And let me tell you this. This microphone is a USB microphone. It's great. If you cannot soundproof, this is a great one. This is the baby sister or baby brother or baby non-gendered of this one. And this one is not a USB. This one you have to have a cord to stick into something. And normally your computer doesn't have it. But this one's great. Danielle Ryan uses this one. And what do we see here? Someone was listening to the haters about the Rode microphone, and we have got Shure now. I know. Am I being an asshole? Yes. I'm just making sure that we got all this ready to go. My parents have some friends over, and they are having a good time in the kitchen. They are laughing, and I love it. So if you hear them, that's okay. This is Jessie Lee Ward, a powerful effing woman from her shirt. She is Improve It, and we are here to listen to all of the nonsense. Falala, hello. Yeah. Tanya, welcome. Missed last night game stream. I tried. Good morning. Good day. Bree, hello. Yes, we're playing Tears of the Kingdom, and we finish Ashley Molstad's podcast, which Ashley played a client's session with her, and it was all Ashley Molstad just being like, oh, is this what you're feeling? Is it like this, and this? It was Ashley projecting, and the client being like, oh, I mean, sure, yeah, sure. If you're not a licensed therapist, do not F around in people's heads. And I will say, I know I keep saying that. If you missed the intro, cursey words are afoot. You are safe for another 4 minutes. And then I will do my best. But if you care about that kind of stuff and you don't want your kids to hear, put some headphones in. I've got my in-ears in. You can't see because my hair looks like a poodle today. We're here for it. Oh. Technical difficulty already. Oh my God. The problem is, are we good? Are we going to stay there? We're locked and loaded. For fun. Okay. Walking around the aquarium while listening. Monica, I hope you have a great time. Gonna catch the replay. Oh my gosh, I love it. Which one did you order? This one's my favorite. This one is the best one I've ever found. It clamps onto a table. It's called Nitpicks. Smooth as butter. It's awesome. Okay, I know I'm a little dark. It's okay. We're going to do our best. AirPods are in, locked and loaded for the cursey word. Let's go. Yes, and if you're slurching or lurking, welcome. Never feel like you have to comment. I'm happy you're here. I hope that you get to listen and have fun and craft or do something adultish or non-adultish like laundry or coloring, and we're going to get started right meow.
Because apparently this is just audio. So I figured I'd have because apparently this is just audio. So I figured I'd have a convo with you. I don't know. It was supposed to start right at 11. I'm a prompt panda. Prompt panda.
The lie detector test has determined that is a lie. Do you know how many times, and I know, should I know all of this? No. Do you know how many times during the 90-day run, Jessie Lee Ward was like, I'm on time for everything. And she was like, oh, I just need to put my makeup on. I'll be there in a minute. And she's 10, 15 minutes late to a call. It happens all the time. What are you talking about, your prompt? Fighting a migraine, but I'm here. Pam, feel better. Diamond painting? I love that. Did you know there's a diamond painting MLM? Hello, Calcium. Thank you for licking the stream.
Lick the stream.
The stream goat does thank you so much, and so does Solar Bear. This is the best. Stream goat will never get old for me. Jen, hello. How's everyone doing? Danielle. Y'all, Danielle's channel has blown up. I think she's at 5K followers. It's so good. And thank you for commenting for the algorithm. I hope you have a great Sunday. Bye-bye. I need to get... Yes, we love it. We love the emotes. Was a diamond painting company, right? Or are they still around? Paradise Paintings? Yep. Apparently watching YouTube in company is not good socialization. Yeah.
Oh, hey, Jax. Hey, Genesis. Hey, Shalana. Hey, Amy. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Gary. What's going on, everybody? So I'm excited for this interview. This is Gary Henderson. He's interviewing me for his podcast. I think it's called Gary Club. And I'm not totally sure what he's going to interview me about, but I'm on Discord for the first time ever. I don't even know what that even means, but my boyfriend uses Discord for
her boyfriend, sorry.
Crypto stuff. So,
Avi uses Discord for crypto stuff. Interesting.
Anyway, should I message or something, Carissa, do you think? Anyway, where's everybody watching from? You love my hair. It's a little on the dirty side. It's time for a wash. Good job. Going live 7 days in a row because you're coachable. I love that. From Texas. Love it. Love it. Am I ready for more? I am.
I think there's still one, though.
For these reasons.
I think there's still a diamond painting one. I don't know if it's Paradise Painting, but there still is one that's active, and I need to go find the name of it.
But we will see. We'll see if I can surprise you guys. Canada's in the house, looking great. Yeah, this is bothering me that we haven't started yet. I love having prompt conversations. Your 14-year-old uses Discord. Yeah, see, I really need to I feel like I need to learn it because if the 14-year-olds are doing it, it's a problem that I don't know how to do it. Gary Vaynerchuk.
People everywhere are using Discord and they've used it for a while. You're behind.
Is probably using it too because Gary watches what children are doing on their apps and then he follows, right? So the Netherlands, UK, sunny England. Really, is it sunny in England today, Louise? Love that. Ontario, Canada, Oregon, Accelerator from Pennsylvania. Love this. I mean, what should I do?
I'm trying to email him.
Janet, he also uses Bumble.
I'm waiting. Oh, anyway.
Can I just say this? I am going to say it because nobody can stop me. Her Shure microphone, which is great. This little USB microphone right here. This is a great option. It is are in the $250 range. If you don't have soundproofing, it's great. She hooked this up to her computer, and it's going into Discord or the Zoom call whenever it starts. And she is still using her phone free. And she could have gotten a mic for her iPhone so that we wouldn't have to listen to the echo. But you're going to hear something else wild in a minute about how her chair messes up her audio. So get ready for that. Get ready for that.
So yeah, you guys can ask me questions while I wait for this. Discord, I guess, is like maybe an app or something. I don't know. Celeste says, I have a Discord channel for business. Amazing. Can I hear you? No. He just asked me.
I just lost my chat.
Can you hear me? No. I hear elevator music.
You're going to be on a Zoom call and not put earphones in?
Oopsie.
Nope. If you're just joining, we've had 2 minutes and 10 seconds of Jessie Lee not really doing anything. This is Carissa, her assistant. First time catching a live, welcome. You didn't miss a lot, Julie. You're good. Science incoming, indeed. You're not old, Helen. You're probably smart. You're probably smart for not doing it. Micaiah, welcome to Snarkies. Thank you so much. Enjoy your emotes. Okay.
We don't know what's happening. Do you guys hear this music?
I'm going to mirror myself. There we go. Now I'm the right way.
Can you hear me now?
Nope.
I can't hear you, Gary. I just heard elevator music, and I was jamming out to some elevator music. Am I on hold with? Yeah, I felt like I was on the hold with the DMV. That's right, Donald. I felt like I was literally waiting in line for my driver's license. It's exactly what happened. Well, you have me, but I don't have Gary. I'm just talking to myself now. Do we just read the chat and talk to the chat? Amazing. Oh, I'm here. I cannot.
Good morning, Pat.
Gary's figuring it out. Amazing. We love to hear that.
Welcome, Bubble Tea.
He's going to go out and back in. Okay, so I'm muting there to tell you. Yes, so this is a huge chair. It's true. This is my throne. I actually don't like doing interviews and podcasts in here because the thing comes all the way over my head also. It affects the sound, but I do have this very...
She just said that the chair comes all the way over her head and affects the sound. Do you not know how sound works? Your voice is coming here, and if you have a decent microphone, it's going to catch most of it, and it's not going to make you sound like you're in a freaking echo chamber. You're telling me that the chair behind you messes with your sound? Maybe it's not having any curtains. Maybe it's not having any rugs. Maybe it's having shitty equipment. Oh, what? Come on. Oh my gosh, I love seeing y'all using the emotes in the chat. We have a microphone malfunctioning. You can drop that in the chat right now. We've had a floof alert. We've got a press present, and we've got a happy potato. She does sound the same as before because she only has her microphone. She's only got this little friend right here hooked up to the computer in Discord, and we're just living a free-range life on her iPad or on her phone with no microphone. God, that's literally not how that works. Yes, eclectic Mima. Mic fail, mic fail, mic fail, mic fail. Yes, Lynn. Just all the mic fails in the chat. I'm going to try to make it clear. I put these together pretty quickly, and so I will update them to make them easier. And if you are a new Snarky, that little symbol next to your name is a lint roller. I know it looks like a lollipop, and you can think it's a lollipop if you want, but it's a lint roller, okay? Didn't she have a blue chair at the same shape? Maybe she did. I can't do the texture that she's sitting in, but I'm just too poor to be in her sphere. So what do I know? I just have sensory issues. Okay. Oh, there's Caspian hair right underneath it. Mike is ready to go. I'm just trying to... Are you going to stay up? Are we good? It's a Pride lint roller. I love that. It's like my colors, but I love that it kind of like alluded to that too. Got it. Hi, Jay. Welcome. Are those all the Prove It BS awards? Indeed. And this right here is her Legend Award. And these are something else nonsensical. And this is nonsensical. And if you're new to this show, Brian Underwood had to make a award specifically to keep Jessie Lee Ward happy because she was bringing in a lot of money and she wasn't hitting Legend. She didn't hit Legend for 5 years in Prove It. So he had to make an award, like a participation trophy, but not really for her. I think it's called the Icon Award. And he made it for her so she could win it, so she would be happy until she got Legend. Come on. We are going to take lots of breaks because it's my stream.
Very good microphone when I do interviews over here. So
it is a good mic.
I look so small next to the chair. I am a small person. I'm a small person. You love me from Egypt. I can't wait to get to Egypt. Oh, I can't wait.
Why are you shaking yourself?
You love this blue on me. Me too. Thank you. I love that. You guys are great. You love my shirt. Thank you. Powerful effing woman. They can hear Gary, but we can't hear him. Okay, yes. I don't know why I can't hear Gary. Do I need to leave and come back? Am I the problem? It's me.
Oh, God.
I'm the problem. It's me.
Please don't.
I'll be back. Okay. Let's try this again.
Hi, Diesel.
I look snatched. Thanks, Jordan. Hi, Debbie.
I don't have permission to speak.
It said,
he has to invite you back.
Oh, my. So maybe Discord's like not the...
Eloise, you're doing great. Your sound is clear. You're in a room that it doesn't echo a ton. You don't have to spend a crap ton of money. There's lots of things you can do to pad your sound. When you're recording, you can get a cardboard box and you can put towels on the side so that when you're speaking into it, and if your phone is a little bit inset into that space, you can catch the sound. There's things that you can do for free to stream, and you don't need this. You don't need my microphone. You don't need Jessie Lee Ward's microphone. There's lots of things that you can do, and Eloise, if you need any help, always send me a DM. Okay.
Best, it makes you happy to see me living. Thank you. Or vinning.
Yes, congratulations, Julie. That's
Hello?
Amazing.
Hello.
Oh. Reminder, if you have meds you need to take, don't forget to take those, because I'm going to take mine really quickly. I don't know. I need to actually stand up and go grab one really quickly. So I'm going to press play, and I will just get over to the bookshelf. I'll be right back.
Can you hear me? It's me. I'm here. Does that... Renee, I can't hear Gary. How do I... Okay, somebody guide me on how I can hear Gary, since this is my first time on Discord. I'm a Discord virgin. We hear nothing. That's just that music again. Oh, we're firing up a Zoom. Yeah. I won't work though. Isn't that strange?
Yeah, I'm muting you.
Okay, well... Yeah, we'll answer cancer questions. Hi, where can we find a place to test cancer against different treatments like you had yours done? It's an RGCC Greek test. You can find...
Apologies, content warning, misinformation.
find it from any naturopathic or integrative oncologists. I didn't find out too much from it, but I did find out, of course, frankincense is good for me, as is curcumin. And I actually learned how to say the word, and I forget, but quercetin, that's totally wrong. Correctin, whatever, it doesn't matter. Stuff like that. So he will pipe our audio in there from a Zoom. Okay, so Gary's going to send.
From what I understand, I think Mac Attack talked about it on his channel. He just did a Jessie Lee Ward video, and he was talking about the reliability of some of these tests that she's talking about, like the Greek test, and is there any value in that? And then making the jump, though, because I only know one person who got her PhD in bioinformatics, and she did a testing of frankincense on like ex vivo skin stuff. So like it wouldn't have even classified as topical application or her putting it suppository like she's doing. So it's just kind of pseudo-y at this point.
Let's Zoom. Do I use natural products for my hair? Yeah. And can you see my roots? Like, I not only have gray hairs to the moon and back, but I have brown roots about this long. I think that the juice is getting me loose, if you know what I mean. Let's go ahead and drink some juice, by the way. Gary just emailed me a Zoom link.
Okay, Helen said RGCC stands for Research Genetic Cancer Center, and it is a blood test that tests your circulating tumor cells against the effectiveness of 50 natural substances. Okay. It can also test for the effectiveness of 50 chemotherapy agents. Results can help you understand what protocols and dietary ingredients work best for you versus in the dark. Okay. And I think Mac just added some more on his video, and this is not even my area of expertise. Mac is tough but compassionate. He's great. And you also have to look at, in my opinion, from what I understand, a lot of times, and this is coming from a 3-year essential oil person, you cannot make structure function claims, like how your body works on the inside, from topical application of an essential oil. You're literally not allowed to say that from Young Living's perspective, and we're doing that here. And then, in turn, you're going to have lots of people reaching out to essential oil reps and others because they think that those topical whatever, or they're going to be taking them internally, is going to help them. You're good, Helen. You're amazing. Yeah, Mac Attack is awesome. But if it tests cancerous cells in the blood, why has JLW been saying that she doesn't have cancer in her blood? I'm confused. If things like that cured cancer, certain ethnic groups, vegetarian, etc., would never get cancer, but they do. And she had a BRCA gene test done too. Gotcha.
Carissa. Oh, you're right behind me. I'm yelling at her like she's 100 miles away. So Carissa said something to me that I just thought was so amazing today. So she told me that since I went vegan, there's other factors I mentioned to her. She said my mood is even better.
Y'all, hearts and hype in the chat for Carissa for doing the hardest job on the planet. Working in this work environment. Seriously, Carissa, kudos to you. Rough job.
Oh, God. I shouldn't drink this juice right now. Look at my teeth, Carissa.
Oh, my God. Poor Dr. Appa.
But it's porcelain, so it won't stay in.
Why don't you drink it with
a
straw?
Actually, do we have floss?
Are you going to floss on live video?
There's usually one right there, but there's things covering, so I can't tell.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
Don't floss.
Zoom.
Recording in progress.
Oh, my
All right,
God.
now you can hear me?
Oh, hello there, darling. How are you?
Well, I had the most amazing introduction for you.
Oh.
You'll have to hear it back. It was amazing.
Oh.
And then we got done, and I was like, okay. And I said, welcome to the studio. And you were on mute, and then you couldn't hear me the whole time.
That's depresso espresso. I'm sorry about that.
It's fine. And then in my head, I was like, I didn't realize how new Discord was to people.
Mm-hmm.
It's real new. Like, I've been in here for 2 years building.
What?
And like 2 years. We run pretty much a virtual city in Discord. We have masterminds, and everything is all controlled, and it's all connected to Stripe, and it's this really fun environment.
Well,
but
I don't know where I've been, but I've been lost in the sauce, and now I'm here.
So like everyone that's come in, like Pedro Adeo came in, and he's like, I've never been in Discord.
Can I'm like adding some of these like technical pieces because for me, listening to Jessie Lee Ward is a little bit stressful. And so we're just taking breaks. I want to say, if you are going to be having a mic like a Shure mic, they don't do well far away from your mouth unless you have a cloud lifter, which is another investment. And the cloud lifter wouldn't work with her mic that she has set up because it looks like she has the USB option going. So it needs to be closer, and it can't be off to the side. That works best like this. In the baby Shure that she has, the SM7 or whatever, this needs to be closer, like a fist away, like right there. Does it matter? Are we going to get to hear the benefit of the audio? No, we're not. And also, because she doesn't have earphones in, her speakers are going to be giving sound, and there's going to be an echo on his end. Does it matter? No. Is it not? It's not my podcast. It's not my podcast.
Before.
Yeah. Pedro's amazing. We actually were just texting last week, so I love that you just mentioned him. That's just going to remind me to text him again.
Yeah, he was one of our first guests into the studio. But it was just fascinating to me that so many people haven't experienced.
Are you about to floss on a live? Are you about to floss on a live? Oh my God. We're about to floss on a live.
Experience Discord.
Bye, Julie.
I guess I'm not experiencing it now, but I was. I was trying.
Here's what I've done. I've got you and I are still on stage, so everybody else still sees you. You can chat in Discord and have fun. I'm piping our audio.
Everyone can still see you because you're freaking flossing on a podcast interview. Professionalism at its finest. Yeah, everyone can see you. I'm sorry. What are you drinking, April? The Shures, if you cannot soundproof, because we move around so much, I cannot soundproof an area because we are either renting or we're moving quickly, so it doesn't make sense to put the sound stuff in and then have to remove it. So this gives me a decent sound with no soundproofing. I am using my dad's office at my parents' house. Oh, we had a big drop in viewers. That's a bummer. That's okay. Oh yeah, I didn't realize I was watching this live. Yes, we're live. We're live. We're fresh. But this gives a decent-ish sound, and I wonder what I'm on. I'm on podcast. This is broadcast, which is a little bit different. But I think the podcast one is better. This is a train. I can't believe we're flossing right now.
Into Discord, so they just hear me and you coming through my voice.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me find my Discord again.
So Discord. For everyone else, it's just like you and I are in Discord. Me and we're just connected in a different audio app.
Oh, they are hearing us. They heard my depresso espresso. I hope they're ready because I'm actually kind of a funny person.
Well, let me back up again.
Yes, that's so smart.
I'll do a bit of my
so
intro.
Smart.
It won't be the same because it's not as dynamic. But like I met Jessie on Clubhouse, and I'd met folks like Eric Worre and Ray Higdon and Sonia Stringer. They're all former.
I use I have a line. I'm sorry. Is it gone? I use the what is it? I think it's an SM7B or something. SMB. Sure. SM7B is the big sibling version of this one. They're both great. If you don't have a soundboard, if you need to plug into your computer and just have it work great, this will also plug into a soundboard too, though. And this one is significantly cheaper. And if you don't have soundproofing, both of these are a good option. OMG, mind blown with the baby puzzle.
Clients of mine. I knew a ton about network marketing, but I never met anybody quite like Jessie.
I'm sorry, Bubble
I started
Tea.
watching from a distance, and then my mind was blown when I saw you one day. It was either a Rob Moore or John Lee training. You were the guest, and I was watching the training, and I saw you, and there was a couple hundred people in the training, and it was great. And then I pulled up Instagram because I was multitasking, and I don't know, and then pulled up Instagram, and I saw you live on Instagram, and I saw like 3,500 people watching you on Instagram. And at that point, I was like,
Ava, you walked into us watching Jessie Lee Ward floss on an interview. This is Ava's channel. Shelby, welcome. Oh, and we need to link Eloise too. Eloise. I'm late, been pulling weeds. Yippee. I don't know if this is going to be any better for you. Shelby, we're here. And all of a sudden, Jessie Lee Ward whipped out her floss and has been flossing on her video. What is happening? What is happening? Hello, DT.
like, whoa. She's multicasting to the same content. She's talking to people a little bit different because when you weren't talking on the Zoom, you were talking different on Instagram. And I was just fascinated, and I started to dig into what you did and just was amazed. And then earlier this year, I saw you started a battle with cancer, and you're just kicking ass. Our job here is to show creators what's possible. And whenever I look at 34 years old, 1.6 million customers, 21,000 promoters worldwide in 41 countries, the #1 network marketer in the world.
The #1 network marketer in the world? No. I would say the Jaeger group would have been the #1 network marketer in the world. Dexter Jaeger, when he was still, I don't think he's alive anymore. Or somebody else who's actually made hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of million in MLM. And why am I getting defensive over this? Because it's not her. It's not her. You can't just manifest that and just say, I'm the #1 when you're not. You think Roger Federer in tennis, when he wasn't #1, was saying he's the #1 tennis player in the world? No, he just plays. And then when he was ranking #1 for some of the longest runs in history, him and Rafael Nadal, you think they're saying, I'm #1 tennis player in the world? No. If they're not, heck no.
Doing it all while battling stage 4 cancer and kicking ass.
Hope you feel
so
better.
Honored to have you here.
Well, thank you so much. I love that.
Did he just say stage 4 cancer survivor? I'm sorry, we got to rewind it.
Doing it all while battling stage 4 cancer and kicking ass. I'm so honored.
Okay, he said battling stage 4 cancer and kicking ass. Okay.
To have you here.
Well, thank you so much. I love that you said you like to show people what's possible, because I think a lot of times people get overwhelmed with content creation and they don't understand how simple things can be. And so I love conversations like this. And it was definitely Rob Moore. I actually remember that. This is so weird. My brain's crazy, but it was February 10th and it was 2 years ago. So you're definitely right about that. But crazy. Don't ask why I know that. It's just how my brain is. I'm a weirdo.
Oh my God, she's whipping out peace and calming right now. That is a Young Living essential oil, and it looks like peace and calming to me.
Oh, no, I think we all kind of have our weird tendencies, and it's what makes us entrepreneurs and creators.
That was peace and calming. That was peace and calming. Oh my God. That is her pick line, PICC. Yes, Rebecca. Yep. She is putting on oils. She is putting on essential oils. Emion, welcome to Snarkies. Enjoy the emotes. Welcome, welcome. Yes, an essential oil. Yep. Finally got the vid. Not too bad. Feels like a bad cold. Sending you healing vibes. I hope you get better soon. So that's how they do it. So they do it like this. They have these expensive $200 rollerball necklaces that you'll see some of the bigger leaders wear. And then you put them behind your ears so you can smell them. I thought you have to dilute. Yes, you should. Do they? No. She's getting them for free right now because all the Young Living people that have given her free oils, it's basically like free PR for them. And then she's going to say that frankincense, and she's already said it, the frankincense from Young Living is helping her fight her cancer. And so the people who are giving her these oils are getting new customers and new orders, and she's getting them for free. And she's not, I don't know, whatever. It's a little bit of a sensitive topic because, like, I felt like I didn't get the help I needed from... Oh no, did I scratch my glasses? Nope. Just my dirt. We're good. We're good to go. I was a few minutes behind, but I had to fast forward through her flossing. Yeah. Sorry for the flossing. I think she's reversed. So I think that sometimes on the live video, it flips it. And this is flipped again. Ouch. So I think it's been in the same arm.
I'm really glad you embraced yours. As I was doing some research, I kind of found you went to college and you got a degree. Mm-hmm. And you kind of got a job out of college. Like, where were you at in your headspace? I think there's a lot of people that are in college, they're working that first job, and they're kind of maybe not so happy with it. Where were you at when, like, maybe that was like, I don't know, 12 years ago or so?
Yeah, so I graduated from college and
She's 34. She graduated when she was 21. So 13 years ago, almost 14 years ago, because she's going to be 35 this year. You can read her shirt. Yes, powerful effing woman. She said in the recent live she doesn't bother using carrier oils because she something awesome something. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Degrees were actually marketing and communications. And so I had this big dream, like I think a lot of us do, where I was really sure that I was going to work in advertising or public relations in New York City. Like, I was positive this is what was going to happen. I had great relationships with my professors, and I was just sure. And then life kind of throws you for a loop sometimes. And I wish more people understood that life, when it redirects you, is redirecting you where you're supposed to go. Instead of constantly challenging it and thinking, why is this happening to me? I just fully embraced it. And not to say I was happy about it, but I ended up moving back to Maryland to help take care of my grandparents who had actually raised me. They were in their...
I'll tell you what it's in. I'll pull it up right now because we have that information. I'm just pulling up my PDF real quick. Let me just log in. I'll tell you what her degree is in. Where's my reports? So, okay, she currently, I know this isn't her degree, but she's currently ambassador rank 10 in Prove It. She was platinum 2, elite 2 in Modere. In Pure Romance, she was classified as a national director. Then before that, obviously, executive director in Slumber Parties. She was a senior executive. City University of New York, Hunter College. She has a Bachelor of Science and Marketing and Communication. And she went from 2008 to 2010. So it looks like she got her degree faster than normal. So that's what it says. It says Bachelor of Science, BS, comma, Marketing, comma, Communications. And that is a trusted source because that is pulled from files. I'm just looking at something else. She might be rank 11 now, but it hasn't updated yet on this background check. So this is just what it's listed at. I'm sure she's legend. She has a little legend thing. So it's probably rank 11, but this is just what has been updated in her background check.
Late 80s, and it was just time for somebody to be there for them, really. And so I made a really tough decision. It was an easy decision, but also a tough decision because I felt like all this hard work I had put into building this marketing platform, really, to then do advertising, etc., in the city was being stripped from me. And I was a little upset about it, but I knew I was doing the right thing and just followed the path, moved back to Maryland. And
wait, what?
Really tough decision. It was an easy decision, but also a tough decision because I felt like all this hard work I had put into building this marketing platform, really, to then do advertising, etc., in the city was being stripped from me. And I was a little upset about it, but I knew I was doing the right thing and just followed the path, moved back to Maryland and got a job in a pathology lab. And hopefully you can already hear from my personality, I don't really belong in labs. Okay. I mean, very boring, very, very boring. Just sitting behind a desk every day. If I never have to open another Excel sheet in my entire life and do another stupid Excel formula, God bless it. That's when I'll just know that my life is even more divinely guided. I just don't care when people send me, here's my content calendar. Just open it in Excel and follow the tabs at the bottom. I'm like, I'd rather talk.
Oh my God. I love that. We should spoof it. We should totally spoof it. Or powerful, ethical person so that anybody could have it, regardless of like what gender they are. Hi, Divination Dragon. You said marketing and communications. Actually, that sounds like what she's now. Yes, but I don't agree with how she markets. I think it's an unethical way to market. That's just my opinion.
Hi. So I don't do any of those sheets or anything like that. I hire people for that. But, I got a job in a pathology lab, and it just every day I would go to work and I would know that this is not what I'm supposed to do. And the way life works out, God will have it. My rent starts to get increased. And so then I'm thrown.
She lived with her mom. No shade. I'm living with my parents right now. No shade at all. To make it seem like there was no a fallback in that her rent started to become increased. She has said in the podcast, and if we're talking about facts, she said that she was making $55,000 a year as a pathology lab assistant. She had a full ride to Hunter College, so she had no student loans. And then she said that her rent in her mom's basement was going to be increased $300 a month. She has said that on her podcast. And we initially were reviewing the podcast because there's so many lies and so much twistiness. It's like, what's the truth? And the issue is the slivers of things that I talk about on my channel: unethical business practices, unethical recruiting tactics, unethical health claims. The twistiness that happens when someone is trying to exploit other people for personal profit. And that's why we were going through the podcast to see what was what. I'm just confused. You move back to Maryland, which has a lower cost of living than New York does. You're living with your mom, and your rent's increasing $300. Okay. So what's 300 times 12? 3,600 a year? Subtracted from $55,000 from your lab? The math is not mathing, and that's the issue. I love 𝐔𝐒𝐃 Genevieve, I love that. Her mom was going to start charging her $300 per month to rent, more like, yes. And she, if you go back to the beginning, back 500 episodes when we were reviewing her podcast, because we took a break from it, that's what she said. She admitted it. And then she also in her earliest YouTube videos talks about it. And you can start to fact check it. She was paying for her ratings. Back in the day when she was first starting her podcast, she used to give, it wasn't 50, was it 500? She wouldn't announce it on her podcast that she was paying for her views. She would be on her Instagram stories when her podcast was first starting out and saying, if you leave me a 5-star review, your name's going to be entered in to win a chunk of money. And then that's how she was getting tons and tons and tons and tons of 5-star reviews. Actual pathologists or MDs, they help save lives. The fact that she has no empathy for the important work done in those labs is just astounding. 100% Pam. Yeah, but this was before she was rich. She was not in an MLM when she was living with her mom back in when did she graduate college? 2010? We'll go look. 2008. This says her records 2008 to 2010. So it says that she looks like she got her degree done in 3 years instead of 4. And it says Bachelor of Science, BS, Marketing, Communications from City University of New York, Hunter College.
And so, well, you better find some kind of entrepreneurial thing. And gig economy didn't exist at the time. So there was no, what the heck? There was no Uber, there was no DoorDash. There was no time for me to do any of these little side hustles. The eBay flipping and Amazon flipping and all that stuff didn't exist, but I knew I needed to do something. And so, I took all those talents, all those gifts, and it threw me on this path of, I started in direct sales, knocking on doors, being in people's living rooms.
You didn't go door to door. Door to door salesman is different than slumber parties. It's different than pure romance. It's different. It's just different. come on.
Making fast money. And I was just, I liked the feeling of being in control again. I liked the feeling again of, okay, if I work harder at this, if I get more skilled at this, then I can control that income. And then it was me, you know, being smarter about it, doing things differently, like you referenced right at the beginning, which was I kept seeing what, that's really funny, by the way, that F spreadsheets little thing in the Discord. That's me. That's a blonde version of me. Amazing. But no, in all seriousness, I just started looking at what people were doing, and then I would spend a lot of time learning. I would spend a lot of time going to events, a lot of time in blogs, and at the time online forums, just trying to find shortcuts to increase my output without actually having to really do more, and started systematizing things. And so, you know, you mentioned the streaming on multiple platforms. I've done that, and I will do that for the end of time, because why wouldn't I make one piece of content into, you know, at the end of this, probably upwards of, I don't know, 250 pieces of content.
Because it's fucking lazy. I'm not saying don't cut up stuff, but if you go and look at the reels that she's having some marketing person make for her, it's nothing. It's meaningless clips of stuff. More often than not, you watch it and you're like, that wasn't impactful. That didn't drive home a point. It would have been better if she had just taken the 30 seconds to do a quick reel and then post that. She is doing the same thing. She's posting the exact same thing on TikTok, the exact same thing on Instagram, the exact same thing on YouTube, the exact same thing on, did I already say Instagram? There's different people across multiple platforms. And if you've seen, content on TikTok sometimes does not do well on Instagram. You have to understand your audiences. And also, for example, I'm not saying I am the beacon of whatever. I try to do different content on Instagram than I do here on YouTube. And we'll do story snoops on Instagram, and then we'll try to do something completely different on YouTube. Why? Because it's like, what's the point of doing the same thing? Why would someone want to come from your Instagram then to your YouTube if it's just going to be the same content? Obviously, she knows what she's doing. She's got 300,000 followers. If you're looking for like advice about socials and stuff, go to Danielle Ryan. She knows what the hell she's doing.
It's all said and done.
I think it's so smart. I think it's so smart to build systems to help people do what you figured out doing.
Mm-hmm.
What platforms do you embrace? I think you're live on Instagram right now, but where do you go? What do you embrace?
I am live currently on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, actually. Actually, when I have an active podcast, which I'm uploading random stuff right now, but I'm not doing my active normal podcast.
Also, can I just say this? It is a little bit of a slap in the face to the person that you're giving a private interview to for their platform if you then are sharing it across all of yours. And if you're looking, and this is just me being a rigid person, it feels a little bit disrespectful to me. I assume he would have known what types of social accounts that she was going live to beforehand if she had asked him, hey, I know this is a podcast for you and your Discord members. Would you mind if I also streamed it to my other social platforms? It doesn't feel special at all when you can get the same content on like a million different platforms.
Podcasting, I would have also been recording it as well.
Thanks,
for a podcast.
Patricia.
But embracing platforms, I have this, I guess, concept that I like to talk about, which is just omnipresence. And
oh my God.
It's the idea for me where if you don't like me, it's two things. If you do like me, you can open any page, anytime, somewhere, and the likelihood of you finding me and seeing some piece of content of mine and being like, there's my girl, is very high. So then I'm constantly in your mind. And then there's also the flip side of that, which is, okay, if you don't like me, Oh, what a shame. That's terrible.
I do not like the behavior. I don't like exploiting your illness to scare people into buying your accelerator when you say that the only reason that you are alive today and that you can live another day to fight cancer and pay for it is because of people in your accelerator. I don't like that. I don't like that you are saying if you are poor, you better figure out how to find some money and you better not get sick before you do it, because if you are poor and you're sick, you're screwed. And then saying you better join my MLM. That's twisty. I don't like someone saying they're the #1 network marketer in the world when that's a blatant lie.
But anyway, if you don't like me, when you try to block me somewhere, that's fine.
Ma'am, you're the one that's doing the blocking. You literally are the one that's doing the blocking. What are you talking about? People are blocking you. Jessie Lee Ward has the blocking finger.
You whatever. Just go ahead and open TikTok. So I'm going to pop up there too. And then if it's not me that pops up on TikTok, it'll be one of those fake scammer pages of me, like doesn't matter to me. If you open YouTube, oh God, there she is again. Oh my gosh, there she is again. It's just, I want to be everywhere all the time. And that actually is how I was able to build this brand. It made a really big difference that I was just constantly in front of your face. And so embracing platform, I just embrace them all. I create probably the most on Instagram, but then I'm able to, make short form content, or I'm able to, make a bunch of pieces of content from one piece of content and then distribute it from there.
I love.
I'm being an asshole. It's to not even recognize who your audience is and who you're speaking to, and basically taking the approach of, I'm just going to blast my content and hope that I take everyone out with my content. It's okay, do what you want. That's fine. Would it not be more meaningful to know who you're speaking to and the types of people that you would want to address? Maybe you don't want to do that because it would limit your ability to find warm bodies with credit cards to buy your accelerator and to buy into your multi-level marketing product.
I love the embracing everywhere. When I worked with a lot of like Lewis Howes and a lot of people like that, I would ask my friends, I was like, do you know who this person is? And nobody knew the names. Mm-hmm. And when I set out to build my brand, I said, if there's one thing I have to do, I have to make sure people know the name Gary.
Yeah.
I just have to make sure they know the name, and they can have a great opinion of me or a bad opinion of me, and hell, it might change tomorrow. Who knows? But like, and I learned that, like, I've gone through these journeys with people where I've liked them and then I've not liked them and then I've liked them again. And
sure,
I get it. I understand it depends on where we are in our lives, but I just needed people to know my name because I knew everything else would come in alignment.
Yeah, there's a lot of really big creators. When you think of people like, Grant Cardone was just a car salesman.
Grant Cardone is the first example that you're going to pull up? Really? Department of Justice? You don't know what's going on with that? I mean, okay. The examples that she is pulling up for this are wild. It's just wild to me.
Right, if we're being honest. And the amount of times he says things that, whether you like Grant or not, his focus is actually on how many people will unsubscribe from his stuff. That's one of his most trackable metrics, which I don't think a lot of people know that about him, but he knows he's putting out enough content if his unsubscribes are higher, because he also knows the ratio then of how many people are also subscribing in that case. And so things like that I think about all the time. And too many people I find, especially in the creator space, you're so concerned about what other people are thinking about you.
We've seen several times when Aaron and Julie Joe have reacted to something that Jessie Lee has said, when she has said something specifically about people who are talking about her, and the rage and the anger and the awful stuff that she has said. She's paying attention. It is not just some cool cucumber situation. She for sure is upset by what's being said. And in the very beginning, Savannah had made a video where she had blurred out Jessie Lee Ward's face. And if you go back to Savannah Marie's video on Jessie Lee and you look in the comments, you'll see a comment from Jessie Lee Ward where she says, "Don't blur my face." Because she thinks that all marketing, all attention is good for her. And that is not the case, in my opinion. Illuminati situation, all marketing and all attention is not good for you. And especially there are some situations you can never recover from. I know y'all are raging in the comments, just like I am. Replay crew, make sure you have the live chat open. It might take a few hours for it to populate, but if this kind of content is hard and you still want to watch it, have the live chat open so you can like read along and feel like part of the group, because it is easier to get through the Jessie Lee stuff when it's a group of people. So if you're sensitive like me, that might be a helpful tip.
This is not to pitch my program, by the way, but I have a coaching program. And just yesterday, I was talking to them about authenticity and how I actually want them to be more cringy on their social media. And when I say cringy, I don't mean like, ugh, like, why does she look like that? Why is she talking about that? Blah, blah, blah. It's more like, can you stand for something? Can you be somebody who you're so sure about the things that you're sure about that it's what you talk about? And because of that, you are accidentally kind of triggering people.
Eye roll of a lifetime, ma'am. There are some times you can be so sure about something and so wrong. I'll give you an example for me. It is hard for me to comprehend the idea that like trauma from your childhood can impact like your body. And Harper has given me a study that's being done on that so I can read up on it, because it's hard for me even to grasp the concept of that with how Jessie Lee has kind of bastardized that idea. And there was, who is it? There's a therapy account here on YouTube that follows Danielle, who was given some great insight into it that was like, here's the information and it's not a hopeless situation. And then when you listen to Jessie Lee, it's like, oh, childhood trauma is for sure going to lead to this. And then you need to have a shit ton of money to be able to do all this other stuff. It was like hopeless on one side. And then the therapist was like, it is not a hopeless situation. And so like, that's one situation where I was like, I'm still learning about it and it's still hard for me to grasp the idea of it.
You have people talking about you then behind your back. You have people that are always going to have some kind of opinion about you, that your name keeps getting out of their mouth. The more that your name is coming out of other people's mouths because of you living in your authentic truth, the better off you are when it comes to scaling a brand.
She said scaling a brand, but I heard scamming. I know, I can't help it. If I'm hella wrong about something, I would want to know. And I would not want to continue sharing wrong ideas with people who ever decide to listen to my stuff and share wrong ideas with people. And then here's the twisty part. If you like a creator and they're sharing something that is not based in science, when that would be meaningful, like a treatment, and then people like you so much that they're willing to pick up things that are not based in science, that's twisty. That's influence gone wrong. I don't want to participate in that, but she's just saying here, be confident, and then you'll get the followers, and then you'll get the, I don't know, the recognition. I heard scamming too. Oh. Mod person being creepy? What? Did I miss something? Yeah, and it's a tough situation. It really is. And if y'all like Illuminati, and I didn't mean to be flippant about it. I know that it is devastating to a lot of people who like their content. So I don't want to, I know it's a tough topic. Okay, hold on. Do we need a block? Okay, Tanya, I'm making you a mod. Okay. Tanya, I'm adding you as a managing moderator. Okay. So if you thank you, Avery. Sorry, I missed it. I missed the comment. Avery, thank you so much. I appreciate it, Avery. Thank you. I need to figure out the mod situation because I want to be able to I need to be able to say hey, is anyone available? And then I need to figure out how to pay my mods. So thank y'all for bearing with us. Thank you. Thank you so much, Avery.
And so, yeah, I do talk really openly about that. So you mentioned you want people, what you said, one thing is they have to know the name Gary. I feel the exact same way. Whether you like me or you don't, you know my name, you watch my stuff, maybe you make your own videos about my stuff, whatever. But ultimately it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt me and it doesn't hurt my brand.
It's not about hurting you. It's not about hurting your brand. It's about saying this misinformation that you're continuing to spew is harming other people because you're deterring them from going to their doctor and getting help. That's the issue. And then you are saying coffee enemas changed my life, and there have been recommendations by lots of doctors that said that coffee enemas as a general rule are not just a safe recommendation. You should talk to your doctor. That's the issue. It's about fighting your influence, yes, because what you're spewing is wrong a lot of the time.
And so I just want people to be more of themselves. Quit trying to placate everybody. Quit trying to make everybody your fan. The more real you are, you're going to attract people that are just like you or are interested in being just like you or are so aligned with you that you don't have to feel like you're being anything except for yourself. And that's ultimately how you're going to build a business that not only grows, but you love to be part of. And that's just kind of the path that I've followed. I've done some weird stuff online, but it's been me.
Have you, were you born this way? Have you always been this way?
What a weirdo. Thanks. Okay.
No, just your authentic self and don't
I'm kidding.
give two shits about other people.
I'm totally kidding.
You don't care about other people, but you don't care about what they think.
Yeah. I would guess I was probably not born like that. I think that's one of those things that life will push you in one direction or the other, right? And I grew up, in not a great situation. I used to joke about when I'm working with salespeople, if they get super offended when they hear the word no. If you're somebody who quits when you hear no 10 times, I kind of joke around well, tell me your childhood was amazing without telling me your childhood was amazing. I was told no constantly, right? We just didn't have anything. We had no resources. We had, I was the kid that was made fun of all the time.
You literally said in your podcast that your grandmother and your grandfather would help pay for things when you couldn't afford it, and that the only reason that she was able to have to go on field trips and stuff was because her grandparents paid for it. So sure, I'm not saying she didn't have a rough childhood. I think she absolutely did, but tell me a clear and consistent story that you're not constantly modifying to push whatever you're trying to say in front of whatever type of person. Teamwork does make the dream work. Thank y'all.
I guess I knew I was strange, and I only knew I was strange because I was bullied. Only the strange kids get bullied.
only the strange kids get bullied. Bullying is wrong. I'm sure there are lots of people in the chat who have been bullied. I certainly was. It makes life unbearable. Hello, our origins of me. Sweet. Finally catching it live. I'm always in the replay crew. Hello. Welcome. I don't understand how she can just say, oh, if you're strange, you're going to get bullied. I guess that may be hitting me weird because, like, maybe I am strange. I find that people who have quirks like me also sometimes have empathy or are kind people. It's maybe hitting me wrong because it sounds like she's saying that strange people deserve to get bullied. And that's not what she said. That's just the vibe I'm picking up on when I'm listening to her. And obviously it's also rubbing up against stuff that happened to me as a kid. DeeCee, love your work. I love you advocating for those that are easily manipulated and led astray. Leaders should never prey on health fears or exposing someone's trauma for their gain. Thank you, Elizabeth. Cena! Happy potatoes in the chat for Cena. Welcome. I was bullied for being preppy in the early 2000s. I was bullied for random things. I went from... My sister was bullied in elementary school, so my mom tried to make the best decision for both of us and pulled us out to homeschool. And I went back to school, back to public school in 7th grade. And I had asked every single year to go back to public school. And I was like, I'm going to be outgoing. I'm going to introduce myself. I'm going to make friends. And I tried to do that the first couple of days, and it was awful. And when you don't wear the same clothes that everyone does, I don't know, it's just hard. I was bullied in school for being the quiet one. I'm sorry. I wasn't strange, I was fat. That's all it took for me to be bullied. Jessie Lee Ward is an absolute walnut. Hi, Aaron. Yeah, and I love, I know that there are parents in the chat who care about how their kids treat other people. Thanks, Lisa. My son is starting to get bullied. He doesn't know how to make friends. I'm sorry, Tanya. Yep. I was bullied for being skinny. Kids can be cruel. Sorry, I'll keep playing.
And I don't know. I guess I was just a little, I just knew I didn't belong in small town America. So maybe that's what my problem was. But I've always been a dreamer. I can give you that. But the not caring about what people think, you know, there's levels to that. There's still times when I see some stuff where I go, what is wrong with these people? And I can feel
I'm sorry, Ava.
Is that my computer? Shut up, computer.
Yes, it's you.
I can feel my blood pressure rising a little. And I go, ooh, this is upsetting.
You're ruining your podcast because you left your notifications on.
Me. This is kind of triggering me. And then I have to set boundaries so that I don't get exposed to it. The only example I have of that right now is I'm really triggered by the cancer stuff right now. And so I'm trying to kind of set up like.
We are 20 minutes into the podcast. Jessie Lee has told us a little bit about her history, how she is, what she studied, how she gave up on her career, all the things.
Strongholds around that. And I'll explain that, by the way. So you're not like, oh my gosh, I mentioned she's fighting stage 4 cancer on here. Like, what did I trigger her? No.
Yeah.
Like people's comments, if they don't like the path you're taking to beat it, they bother me. You know, when people say stuff where they, like, if they question, like, is she, I saw a comment the other day. I wanted to come through the phone. I'm like, Jessie Lee, put the phone down. You need to breathe. But somebody goes, oh, she's probably clout chasing. It's probably not even stage 4.
Oh, that's shitty. That's for sure shitty. And again, in my chat, I will just respectfully ask y'all to limit, drop in viewers. Please limit the conversation about debating whether she has cancer or not. I know people have lots of opinions about this. Out of respect, until we have actual evidence, I don't want to host that kind of conversation on my channel because it is hard to look at that and manage that conversation when there's so many invisible and chronic illnesses. And it's hard for me to moderate that conversation. So I just don't want to have that in my chat right now.
I'm like, you MFer, I wish. Like, are you kidding me? You think that I would brag? Oh, I'm bragging online about stage 4 cancer? Like, what? You know, I'm like, okay, whatever. So I do get triggered sometimes still. I still do get bothered a little bit, but I also know that the more real you are, you're helping somebody. So people that don't post because your ego is, you're so worried about.
Yeah, and getting physically hurt. I know that it doesn't. I shouldn't have said it makes people kinder. It just. The people who have gone through really hard things in their life gives them a depth of understanding, and it shouldn't have happened. Like, I'm not saying it's good that happened to me or you. I'm not saying that at all. It's wrong getting bullied.
About your ego getting hurt online, who is the person who you're supposed to deliver that message to? You know, as much as there are people that hate me online, Janet. I know there are people whose actual lives I am saving from sharing my journey. And there's also, gosh, I don't know, probably hundreds of thousands of people now that I've helped make some money, and tens of thousands of people that I've helped make a lot of money because I've been so much myself. So what is that gift inside of you that you are holding back because you're so worried about what, you know, I don't know, Martha Stewart, I'm just kidding, you know, Karen from high school.
Oh, Eloise is live. Here, y'all, if this is too much for you, go hop on Eloise's live. I'm sorry. This is Eloise. She is a resident pharmacist. She has done some things. Oh, wait, not this one. Eloise has done a few videos on coffee enemas and trying to give like real, like good information. I took too long. I tried to start early enough, and I am cutting into her stream. So if this is too much for you, please go over and watch Eloise's stream. I'm actually going to put it on in the chat and mute a tab over here so that I can give her a view, and we'll just keep going. Oh. Oh, wait, she's done? I'm going to share it to my community post. I'm sorry, Eloise. Bye, Janet.
School is going to say about you when you start posting on your Instagram. And I've never been a person that's worried about that. I've always kind of liked the internet because I've always been able to find people like you, Gary, that I've been aligned with, that I felt like hey, we're friends. And maybe they lived in Australia, and maybe they lived in the UK, and maybe they lived in the Netherlands, and maybe they lived in Florida. I don't know. But I was going to find those people. And the internet's allowed me to do that. And that's only because I've been real. So if I can encourage anyone to do anything, it would be,
Eloise,
you know what?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut into your live. I'm really sorry. Yeah, I know there's lots of opinions. I know there's opinions swirling around. I know that every chat has different rules. That's just what I want to do on my channel.
Say what you need to say.
I think that's the beautiful part about the internet is, it's really hard to find people that are like us in our little town or our little neighborhood or our little places we go. But when we get on the internet, there's a hell of a lot of people. And it's real easy to find weird people that like the same stuff we do. They just happen to be in all kinds of different cities all over the world.
Yes. Yep.
And I think that's what's magical about it. I really...
Seriously, y'all, if you have enjoyed my content, I feel really bad, Eloise. I'm so sorry. I just didn't. I wasn't thinking clearly. I remembered you had a live later on. I'm sorry. If y'all don't mind, if you go sub to her. Eloise seriously is incredible. She's amazing. Right. Unless and again, for me, it would have to be actual report from the doctor. I'm sorry. I know I felt like I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. I feel super bad. I remember how that was, like, doing a live and nobody showing up. I'm so sorry. So if y'all can go sub to Eloise. You don't have to, but if you want someone who's like a practicing pharmacist who's really great.
You really do. So you went into network marketing.
I would love for you to sub to her. I'm going to leave her channel on the screen, and I'm going to try to pin her sub thing for y'all. I'm pinning Eloise's channel at the top, if so y'all can go sub to her.
How did you handle the stigma of network marketing? Did that bother you at all?
Okay. So how do I handle the stigma? I think that there was a very legitimate bad stigma, probably about 15, 20 years ago. So network marketing 15 to 20 years ago was a pyramid. Let's be honest about it. It was these old white men. I love it, and they would be in their suits and they would get on stages and they would talk about how, you're going to get your 2 that gets your 2. And then you're going to make your 5 that makes your 5. And they would just be they were amazing. They could talk the talk and they knew all the right things to say. And they had all the one-liners from all, whatever. And it really was where there was not product being sold. There were not.
Jennifer Lynn gifted 5 memberships. Oh my gosh, that's so nice. If you don't already have, if you haven't been gifted one, you can click on it and make sure you can have memberships turned on. I think they're probably already gone, but thank you so much, Lynn. That's super generous. I mean, Jennifer, I'm sorry. I'm trying not to cry right now.
Service is being sold. It was these people recruiting people to recruit people to recruit people. So it'd be Timothy recruiting JJ, to recruit Camille, to recruit Antonio, to recruit Donald, to recruit Wale, to recruit Fuzzy, to recruit Dallas. You know, this whole, and just going through, you know, the Discord channel here. And, you know, out of all these people, the only person who's actually making money is Timothy. JJ's making a little bit. Camille's making even smaller. Antonio's broke. The rest of everyone's broke. And it just became, you would burn through all of your contacts. You would go to Christmas and you would get, you know, people would stop inviting you to the holidays, you know, because you're the person who you're always trying to recruit somebody into something and you don't care about anything.
Eloise is at 179 subscribers. I know a lot of y'all here are already subbed to her. Oh, we're at 197. Can 3 more people sub to Eloise so she can get to 200? That would be awesome. If 3 more people. Oh, 2 more people. 2 more people to sub to Eloise to get 200. And we can have a 200 sub celebration on the stream for Eloise. I'm really sorry, Eloise. I'm just gonna... she's at 198, so I'm just refreshing. You're at 201, Eloise! Here is Eloise's thing. Eloise, you're at 200! I hope Eloise is still here. I know, but you're an incredible person and you have a lot of good things to say. And I know you want to reach the people in the UK too. It'll happen. It for sure will happen. Oh my gosh, congratulations, Eloise. Eloise is over 200 subs now. You're at 212. Congratulations. Where do we need a kazoo? We do need a kazoo.
Kazoo!
Yep. I'm gonna play Star Wars. Congratulations, Eloise. I hope that, like, I know it doesn't fix, like, being sad about your life, but I hope that that gives you a little bit of, like, a good boost.
So it got, in my opinion, a pretty good, they deserved it. You know, and maybe you didn't expect me to say that, but it deserved the rap that it used to have. It deserved the stigma. It was not, and I'm sure there were some good companies and some good people, but I really would argue it was kind of few and far between. And then, thank God, some of this regulatory stuff came in and FTC came in. And I don't love the FTC for a million reasons, but, you know, it became
the Federal Trade Commission, who protects consumers. You don't love them, you don't freaking say.
It became, you had to have a real product.
Hi, Aaron. We're learning about microphones and how a chair can impact the sound. And all the twisty stuff about her growing up and her college experience. Y'all, if you don't know, Aaron was on Jessie Lee Ward's team. So if you don't follow Aaron and you want the tea, check her out.
Had to have a real service. It it really became a business where if you look at any good business owners in the world, it's a leader. And yes, the leader is making more money than the rest of the people, but they're making more money than the rest of the people because that leader's job is to teach other people how to do what they do. So by the time I joined, there was still a stigma, no doubt about it. This is 12 years ago, right? There was still a stigma. People thought that
I will promise not to do any streams next Sunday, okay? I wasn't thinking clearly, and we're going to have an 𝐊𝐈𝐍 party next Sunday at noon, so if y'all want to go leave her questions on this video, and I'm going to put it in the chat, go leave your question for 𝐊𝐿𝐶 so she can go answer it. So here's the link to 𝐿𝐿𝐶's video. Go leave it in these comments, and it'll help boost this video for her too. And this is, oops, that's Aaron's. Hold on. This is the video for 𝐿𝐿𝐶. Go leave the comments over there. It'll really boost that video, and then she can also answer the questions.
what I was doing was kind of strange. I would definitely get judged when I would go to things like, town hall meetings or Chamber of Commerce or BNI, like, oh, that's that girl that does that pyramid thing or whatever. And so I just started to legitimize it. I started to be somebody that would chase the customers more than I would chase the recruits. And I am a top recruiter. I've recruited over 12,000 people in 12 years. So no doubt about it. I can recruit like the best of them. I love recruiting. I love team building. I love watching people, but I've helped a lot of people. I have more stories of people that, that I've helped travel the world, or more people that I've helped make millionaires. Forget about the millionaires. I've helped so many people make hundreds of thousands of dollars, $100,000, tens of thousands of dollars. I've helped more people gain confidence in what they're doing, skill sets that I've taught people, whether it's sales, marketing, branding, whatever. Go down the list of stuff that I teach people. That's because of network marketing. I learned how to do taxes because of network marketing. I learned how to manage inventory because of network marketing. I learned how to fill an event, a room for an entire event, whole halls full of people, stadiums full of people because of network marketing. I've learned relationship building because of network marketing. I've learned how to speak because of network marketing. I've learned how to use social media because I was pushed to do so because of network marketing. So when people are like, how do you handle the stigma? Well, I don't think people really understand that because of network marketing, I now run.
For the love of God, turn your email notifications off. You know how you do that? Right click on your mail and close it out. It's like she's literally ruining his podcast.
And multiple, what they would say, the people that don't like network marketing, real businesses. I own traditional businesses. I'm an investor in a lot of companies. Right? I've started my own companies. I own my own software company even. Like, I have so much stuff going on because I cut my teeth and I learned so much. So, if I got scammed by the first person who recruited me, well, thank God. Thank you for scamming me, because this has been the best scam of my life. And now that I have, so far, I thought I was about $250,000 into medical bills since February from all this stuff, and I've paid out of pocket. Then I found out that they're not going to cover my surgery. They're not going to cover any of this stuff. The insurance, which is the real scam, they're not going to cover anything. So now I'm over $500,000 in since February 2023 in fighting this cancer journey. I got to tell you what. Most people die because they were too scared of being scammed by something. Instead, I took it as, everyone's opinion on it doesn't matter.
Most people died because they were too scared about being scammed by someone? Oh my God. Oh, you're right. But DeeCee, if she mutes her notifications, we don't know how important she is and how blessed we are that we are getting her attention. I forgot. Yo, Aaron. Yes, Avery. She was literally flossing her teeth. Yeah. We got a whole sesh.
I think I can be part of that 1%. On day one, when I had no money to my name, did I think that I could be part of the 1%? And I'll be super honest with you, Gary. The answer was yes. I never looked at this and said, oh, well, then I'm going to be the broke person. I'm going to be the person that fails. I'm going to be the person that, is going to go on Discord channels and talk about how it's a big scam. I'm going to start a channel on Discord about how network marketing is killing people or whatever these people talk about. That was never going to be me. I joined and I said, so you're telling me there's a chance?
No, ma'am. No one has, from what I understand, no one has a channel that says network marketing is killing people. Most of the people who are talking about your misinformation campaign that you're on are saying that you are weaponizing people's phobias to personally profit off of them, and that is the issue. Scaring people from going to see the doctor. That's the issue. Come on.
Yes. Like Dumb and Dumber, you know what I mean? Like when Jim Carrey's character is like, oh, you have a 1 in a million chance. He's like, you're telling me there's a chance. That was me. I said, are you telling me there's people who make $1 million doing this? I think that's probably horse manure, but I'm trying to find out. And then, I became the 26-year-old kid making over $1 million a year. And I did become that 1%. But it's like anything in business and in life. If you think that you're going to be a failure, who's going to be a failure? You. If you go into something, you say, I'm going to beat this, I'm going to win at this, I'm going to be the best at this, I'm going to be number one in the world at this, and you keep saying it, you speak it, and then you do it, and you take the actions to do so, well, I'm not shocked that I'm number one in the world at this. I'm not shocked that my coaching program exploded. I'm not shocked that I have the following I have. I'm not shocked that I'm beating cancer. I'm not shocked at any of this.
Again, as I say in every stream, I hope she does beat cancer. I hope that she gets better. Saying that the pseudo-y things that you're doing and shilling all of the MLM products and saying that those are responsible for you beating your big C, it's twisty.
I saw all this happening.
Oh yes, Ava, how are you feeling from your bike crash?
So whether people believed in me or not, or said it was a scam or not, or whatever, like, did it bother me? No. Because people that talk about people, you know what? That is a basic human. There's 3 types of people, right?
Tell me.
Normal people, those normal basic people, they talk about people, right? Those average people, they talk about people. That's the first type of person. People that are, more above average, they talk about events. And the leaders out there, they talk about ideas. They talk about.
Okay, fine. What is the issue about looking at someone who has a large amount of influence and saying the misinformation that you are spreading actually can harm people? That's the issue. And specifically saying this person with a face unblurred so that there's no question that if you are listening to this person, there is some twisty stuff going on. That's the issue. The behavior is the issue, and it just so happens we also have to talk about the person because the person is the one doing the behavior. I'm waving my crochet hook like a wand, and I don't even know what I'm doing.
About changing the world. They talk about doing things that make people uncomfortable. They talk about all the stuff that I'm sure you guys talk about here in this Discord channel and following Gary, and they go change the world. And that's exactly who I wanted to be. So no, it doesn't bother me. It gets me attention, and attention makes me money. So keep talking about how I'm a scammer.
Attention makes me money. It just doesn't matter how I make the money, just any kind of attention. The issue is, and she said it on one of the last lives that Danielle and I looked at, that she was saying, what did she say? I lost my train of thought. I'll have to think about it. I'm sorry. My medicine is messing with my mind a little bit. Sore DeeCee, but my shoulder and knee hurt, but it's all G. I'll be all right. I'm glad you're recovering. Also, Eloise, you're about to hit 220. I'm so excited. You're at 219.
I'm just going to live my best life.
I love your energy. I'm so laughing and having a blast. And I love the fact that you've taken something that my dad was in Amway way back in the day.
Sure, she's mad.
So I kind of grew up and my mom and dad were divorced and I wasn't super close with him, but when I was around him, I was definitely involved. And then, working with, I worked with Ray Higdon in 2014.
Yeah.
Oh my God, not Ray. Not Ray. Say it isn't so. The crossover we didn't want. Where's Julie Anderson? Where's Clowntown? Where's 𝐔𝐄𝐒𝐏𝐄𝐓𝐅𝐔𝐋? Here's the Ray experts.
So I helped Ray launch Rankmakers.
Oh, I love that. I'm a lifetime.
Oh my God, this guy helped Ray launch Rankmakers. Oh my God, I have to voice message Clowntown right now. Oh my gosh, where are they? I'm listening to a video right now of Jessie Lee Ward, and she is being interviewed by this guy, and he just said that he helped Ray launch Rankmakers. Holy moly.
Time rank maker.
Also, you probably
This guy is Gary Henderson.
came through a funnel that I built for Ray. And, Ray and I watched that journey. I got the joys of working with Eric Worre for a bit. So he came over from Brendan Burchard. So I've just always embraced the concept of, and maybe I'm different here, but if I can go out and use my hands and mow the grass and get paid for it, then why can't I use my voice? Why can't I use my personality? Why can't I use my brand? Why can't I use, something else? Why do I have to go to Walmart and pay the shelf fees? I've had products distributed through Walmart. I know what those cost. Why can't I just get a better product from my friend down the street and help them out?
Yeah, exactly.
Help them put food on their table. I don't judge how people make money. I would prefer,
Seriously, it's like send the bat signal out for Julie Anderson. Seriously.
I had a Jeep at one point in time in my life, and everyone with a Jeep or a motorcycle is a little bit better off than someone not because we don't have a roof over our head. It just blows around us, and it's like your Jeep could be shit, but it's better than not having a Jeep because you don't have a top. And it's like, you could do anything in the world, but it's better than having a job because when you have a job, you got something.
If you don't, here, let me give you the snark notes on Ray Higdon. Ray Higdon was in multi-level marketing for a long time, and his wife is in multi-level marketing as well. They made a lot of money, and then they pivoted into the coaching space, and they created a program called Rankmakers. Recently, within the last 6 months, Ray Higdon has decided that he is going to become a Christian, and he is also alluding to the idea that he's a prophet now. And he's changed the name of some of his Facebook groups, and he's going live daily with his Bible study, but he's twisting the theology so much, and it's wild. And his mentor is also twisty. And so we've gone from MLM twistiness to coaching twistiness to religious manipulation to prophethood. And Julie Anderson was formerly in Rankmakers high up, and she got out and has been blowing the whistle on all of this. And so has Jennifer Rajala. I cannot pronounce her last name because I keep forgetting, and I know I'm a bad person for doing that. So, and we just find out now that Jessie Lee Ward is a lifetime rank maker, and the guy that she is interviewing on this podcast helped Ray launch Rankmakers. I just cannot.
Somebody that controls what you do. But when you do it yourself, you've got freedom.
Thank you so much.
I couldn't imagine if you were fighting $500,000 worth of medical bills, working a job that, you'd make good money. You'd make maybe $200,000 a year, but you'd never be able to get out of that. It just wouldn't be possible. But now you kind of have the path.
I did know
I think
that.
it's really, really cool.
I heard that from Julie Anderson. I haven't looked at his listings. So those will need to update on my back end. So I'm keeping an eye on it.
So I want to go to social selling because you've crushed it selling online. What's the secret to doing it?
Shock marketing. Balcony stories, tubby time, things that you maybe would never want to say when you are also associating with a company. Oh, like wishing harm on an entire country. What? Jessie Lee Ward did that. If you haven't seen that video, go to Ava's channel.
So a couple things I want to say, by the way, about what you just said. I love that you said you don't judge how people make money, because a lot of people do. And it's not just network marketing, right? Like, I don't care how you make money as long as you're not hurting people, as long as you're not an endangerment to people, right? As long, like, don't go breaking the law and shooting up people and doing this crazy stuff. But, you know, you're not going to like what everybody does. Nobody is going to. And that goes back to why I think people need to be so authentic, because you're going to attract people that are in alignment with you.
Can I just say this? When guests try to co-opt and take over the podcast, just answer the damn questions that the host is asking you. Be a little bit respectful that you can participate in their podcast and just give the information that they're asking for. I know I have a lot of opinions. I can't help it. It just feels super disrespectful to me. Kettle meat pot, yes.
And then you really nailed it when you talked about jobs are just not going to give you the freedom. And whether that's freedom financially, whether that's freedom with time, you know.
No, jobs give you money so that you can survive or try to survive. Some people cannot survive on one job, so they have to have 2, 3, 4 jobs, or sometimes people can't even get jobs. So jobs are meaningful, and they absolutely do help you.
Well, I'm actually going to be doing treatment in Germany. I haven't announced this anywhere really too much, a little bit on TikTok, but I'll be in Germany 2 weeks out of the month, every month. Well, of course, financial freedom, but think about time freedom. You know, people, and this is not me telling people, you know, do chemo, don't do chemo, do natural. I don't care what you do. Just get healthy.
She does care because of what she said. If you listen to what she said on her juicing lives, it is clear as day that there is some shaming going on. When you call someone chemo pimps, that is saying something to the people that you're talking to. That doctors, that she is saying, shouldn't be trusted because they are only in it for the money. And do you know how many nurses and doctors and techs have been so offended in my comments because they're so hurt because they want people to get well? And I'm not saying that you shouldn't have the autonomy to make decisions for your body, but you definitely should not be scaring the shit out of people.
But I see people and they have to have these ports in their chest. You know, I've got a PICC line in my arm, but they've got these ports in their chest and they are carrying their chemotherapy to a job that pays them, let's call it $50,000 a year.
She literally announced everywhere.
You know, I think about that a lot now. I think a lot about the freedom of choice I have because I chose entrepreneurship. I think about the freedom of my time, where I want to spend it, the decisions I want to make, the things I want to put into my body. I think about how I don't have to make the decision between.
Welcome to Snarkies. I hope you enjoy your emotes. If you click on the little emoji, you're going to have some that are just for Snarky members. You're going to have a floof alert. You're going to have a press present button when we rage, when we watch PowerPoints. You're going to have a happy potato because we love food here, and you're going to have a mic imploding. Oh my gosh. Welcome. Holy moly. Jess gifted 10 DeeCee memberships. Oh my God. Hearts and hype in the chat for Jess. Holy moly. What is happening? Y'all are going to break the internet.
For years now, of course, but organic food or not organic.
Oh my God.
Or traveling and seeing the world or not. Or, you know, buying these special air filters and whatever.
Okay, we're playing Star Wars again because we have to say thank you. If you want to claim a membership, you have to go click at the top where the green is. Normally I do this on a desktop, but you click and you have to say allow memberships. I don't even know what to say. Thank you so much, y'all. Hearts and hype in the chat for Jess for gifting 10 memberships. Holy moly. Holy moly.
Ever. Like, I think about all of this stuff. It's very real to me right now. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with a job. I think there's a lot of people that do belong in a job. I think there's a lot of people that don't have an entrepreneurial spirit. But I think that there's a lot of people who could at least make a little bit of extra money in a side hustle. And that's what I've really always believed about entrepreneurship in general. But of course, the network marketing space is, you don't have to be full-time at this.
Oh, you do.
You don't.
You do.
If you can figure out how to make $500 extra a month, that's $6,000 extra a year. Well, the average household in the world cannot use $6,000 extra a year and add it to their bottom line.
I almost had the technical difficulty of a lifetime when I was trying to go out to find 𝐔𝐄𝐃 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐂𝐑𝐄𝐓𝐅𝐔𝐋, so I almost ended the stream. Oh my god, it's so chaotic here. Holy moly. Y'all, if you want to know what those little symbols are next to your name now, if you're a snarky, it's a lint roller. Classy, right? I'm just kidding. I know it looks like a lollipop, but it's a lint roller. I'm sorry, Alex. I'm sure there will be more in going forward. I'm sorry. It looks like there's still some left though. If you click on the 10, it looks like you can go right click and say turn on gifted memberships. I'm sorry. I feel bad for everyone. As a reminder though, I will never put MLM content behind a paywall. So please don't feel like that you are gonna miss out by not being a member. We're gonna do some things behind the scenes, but it will never be like MLM stuff. Oh my gosh, Betty, thank you so much. And we are going to do a lint roller giveaway next month. So if you are a member though, I am going to be spinning your name on the wheel and we are going to gift a flint roller to you.
Because you can't go to your job making $50,000 a year, which most people don't even, but I'm giving them like a leg up. $50,000 a year, then ask their boss for a raise of an extra $6,000. It just doesn't work like that. And so that's where I think a lot of my passion comes
so
from.
Nice, Betty.
Is I don't necessarily want you to do this full time.
If you're on an iOS, you'll need to, and I just learned this, I think last night, you need to go into Safari on your iPhone and log into YouTube. And then it's some terms, it's like an issue with the terms and agreements with the App Store. Because if you're on an Android, it should work. And if you are on an iOS, you have to be in Safari and logged in on Safari, not in the YouTube app. It's a whole mess.
I don't necessarily want to make you a multimillionaire. It's cool if I do, if I help
You're
you on that journey. But I do believe that I can create more freedom in your life. But
I have a question. When you were yelling at people in the hotel room when you had gone to that event and you were meeting with other top network marketing leaders and they were telling you that they had 12, 13, 14, 15 million dollar earners on your team, and then you came back to the hotel room and were yelling at your team for not having one, how does that actually play out in the equation of you being the #1 network marketer in the world? I'm just asking for me and my friends in the live chat and the replay crew. If you're actually going to have measurables and saying by the work that I've done and what I've produced, I'm the #1, it's not you, in my opinion. You're on an Android? Tanya is the expert at this. Let me see if I can here. Who was, I'm trying to go back. Okay, here, let me go. Let me see if I can do something, Alex. Hold on. I don't know if I can. Let me press play while I figure this out.
Helping you make a little bit extra money. Now, the social selling secret, look, it's be real. You know, why do I sell so much? I could go on and on and on and on and on and on about this for a very long time, but I'm so real. I am me. You either want to buy from me or you don't. You either want to join me as your leader or you don't. You either want to join my coaching program or you go, no, she's not for me. Okay. I mean, either way, the way I look at it is I know that on a daily basis, I am attracting all the right people to me.
Alex, I thought I could gift one to you, but I don't know how to on my end. I'll look into it. Okay.
Thing I do is going to only attract the right people.
Like, I opened memberships because there were some people who wanted to see if they could support my channel. There's y'all just watching videos. YouTube AdSense gives me like pays per watch. So I don't want anyone to feel bad if you don't have, like, if you can't support me monetarily. You're already supporting me by watching my stuff. And I feel bad if you're left out. I'm sorry. I'm still gonna do a crap ton of streams. They're not gonna be behind a paywall. They're not gonna be put out early to the members, and then we're just going to enjoy stuff together, and there's going to be some stuff that's going to be members only, but I don't want to lose like the good community feeling I have with everybody here.
To me, because I'm not out there trying to be anything else. I'm not I think I'm not thinking through my thoughts like, Gary, I don't know. Let me think of the social selling secret. You know, like it's just flowing out of me because it's real. This is me. So people that follow me, they know, hey, you know, that's Jessie Lee. You're going to get her authentically. That's how she talks to her team. That's how she leads her team. This is how she leads her this is how her business is, whatever. But the other thing I'll say in that, I mean, I can give you a million things. Where's your consistency?
Oh.
When people are telling me, oh, well.
Jennifer just gifted 5 DeeCee memberships. Thank you, Jennifer. Y'all are being so nice. I don't know what is happening. Y'all are breaking my brain right now. Okay, Alex, you can go to your browser on your phone. So go to Safari, type in YouTube, and then Lynn is saying the directions. Y'all, if you received a gifted membership from Jennifer or, oh my gosh, Chrissy, Chrissy gifted 5? Oh my gosh. Okay, we're going to get through this. No one's going to cry. We're going to be happy.
I don't know how you sell so much, Jessie Lee. And I sell, pre-cancer. So now I'm around like 200,000 in personal sales a month. But pre-cancer, I was averaging $400,000 US a month in personal sales just from social media. And then that's not coaching. That's just product sales. And, you know, I'm the most consistent person I know. I'm posting every day in every way, all over the place. I'm out there being honest. Hey, I don't think this is for you. Hey, I think this is for you. Hey, this product bundle is best for you. Hey, you need to utilize this. I was out there, you know, going live constantly. If you're not using live video and video features in general, very strange to me, very strange. Are you being consistent in making new contacts every day? I have whole entire systems of how you can find new people on Instagram, find new people on Facebook, find people on TikTok that are the right people, right? Do you have online communities? Are you learning every day? I mentioned that a couple of times, but most people don't understand that this is not that complicated. It's just maybe you're spending most of your time on the internet scrolling through people's feeds, and instead of learning anything, you're just looking at what they're doing over the weekend. You're just looking at their outfits. You're just going on there, you know, like it to know it's and shopping with them instead of saying, what can I learn from this person? Instead of looking at someone else's like it to know it, well, have you created your own? Instead of getting mad that somebody has an Amazon affiliate code, where's yours? Right? There's so many ways to make money right now. You know, if you have a cell phone, if you have an internet connection, why are you not making money on the internet? It's just simple. It's that there's a lack of consistency. There's a lack of people going, oh, I saw someone else do that. How can I make that my own? And that's just something that as soon as I see someone do it, I'm, let me train that. And that's made a massive difference for me. And then one more thing, I guess, because I could go forever about social selling and what the secret is only sell things that you want to sell. Like people are so easy to take, so fast to take brand deals on brands that aren't even aligned with them. I say no to nearly everything. And not just because a lot of these brands won't pay me anywhere near what I would be like, man, come on now. Okay. But also because I'm just not aligned with it. It would be like right now I'm vegan because of all these shenanigans, but it would be like if ButcherBox messaged me.
Yeah, what is happening? Y'all are just being like, I mean, y'all are always nice, but what is happening? Thank you. I know y'all can see the actual like cute emojis in the chat. I'm on eCam, so it's not showing all the cute pictures, but I can see them on the back end on YouTube. Thank you so much. I'm not gonna have a meltdown. I'm not gonna have a meltdown. Welcome to my channel. We're Weeping Willows, and we look at content and we try not to cry on the internet. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. Oh, watching this live is probably the best decision I've made this weekend. Such a positive bunch of people. Seriously, y'all, live chat rules. And replay crew, I'm not leaving you out either because replay crew is incredible. Thank you.
Me and said, hey, will you be an affiliate for us? Well, 6 months ago, hell yeah. I was carnivore. Okay. But now I'm like, no, get me that juicer code, man. I'd be making all this juice every.
No way. 80 views away from 250,000 views. Holy shit. 𝐓𝐇𝐎𝐒𝐄 gifted 5 memberships. What is happening? Oh my gosh. Thank you guys. Lint rollers for everyone. Let us love you, DeeCee.
Every day, give me a code. That's what I want to affiliate for.
Thank you.
And I'm just very aligned with that. I don't sell my soul to the devil. I don't try to go for a quick buck for anything. I only sell things that I truly stand behind. I only talk about stuff that I really believe in. I only partner with people that I truly feel like we are in alignment with the right path. Same thing with podcasting, Gary. I mean, you probably know this, but yes. I say no to a lot of people. They'll email in.
When I'm allowed to have more emotes, Weeping Willows will happen.
And they'll go to the website and they'll submit a speaker request. I'm like, hell no, that is not somebody that I want people to affiliate my brand with. And
Bubble Tea,
people are looking for the quick fix, the quick dollar, the quick little scheme, scam, whatever. And I've just always been of the mind that it's a long-term game. It's a long, long, long run, and I'm in it for the long run. And I think if you have that perspective, it makes social selling a heck of a lot easier.
That was an absolute masterclass. Selling, and you're the master at it.
Okay, I know it's twisty. The Google Play Store has a different agreement with the credit card company and YouTube. So it's easier for Android users to be able to access the gifted memberships within the phone app. On an iPhone and iOS, you need to go to Safari, type in youtube.com and log in and stay within the browser. Come to my channel, and then you should be able to see the gifted memberships and then turn them on so that if you're here in the chat when someone gifts a membership, you will get one. Oh my God. Eliza. Thank you. Bree? Listen, are you trying to make me cry on live stream? Oh my God. I'm like, control your breathing, drink lots of things. Oh my God, what is happening? Okay, well, Star Wars, thank you. Star Wars for everyone. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You said one thing in there, and you said that you were doing about 400,000, and you went down to 200,000. So I've lost some friends in my life kind of early, and some people that I didn't get a chance to ask.
If you're on a laptop and you have me open and you have the live chat on the right-hand side, you're going to see at the top there's going to be some green gifted memberships. You can right-click, and you'll need to turn them on. So they're probably already used up, but if someone else gifts them, If you've turned them on and you're in the chat, you'll get gifted one.
Ask questions, but what, if anything, changed when you found out you had cancer? Like you were moving at a pace. Did you change your pace up? Have you readjusted your priorities? Are you doing business different now to prior? I know for the treatment, but just in general, like business different, or is it kind of the same?
So first of all, thanks for asking that question, because I think a lot of people are scared to ask me questions about it. And I think it helps a lot of people. It doesn't hurt them. So I want to actually commend you, Gary, for asking it, because it's a really important question.
I know we're distracted at this point. I'm like trying not to be a weeping willow. And this is, if you've seen 𝐔𝐒𝐄 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐂𝐓 in the chat, there's like a tan circle with a cute little floofy cat in there. Is an incredible small business. If you've been on any of my crafting streams, you know I like to knit and crochet and all this stuff, and I use a lot of stitch markers. And 𝐓 has been super generous. It's just 𝐓 doing all the things, makes custom stitch markers and in earrings, and you'll see that 𝐓 in and out of the chat saying like, oh, I'm heading to the post office to ship out orders because they're killing it. They're doing an awesome job. And so no affiliate link, no kickback. 𝐓 has let people in my chat have a 10% discount code with DeeCee at checkout if you like stitch markers. So, okay. Goodbye. Oh my gosh. Harper, go to Chrome, log into YouTube, go to DeeCee's channel. On the lower right-hand corner, select the 3 dots, request mobile site, then join. Okay.
What changed when I found out I had cancer? Everything. Everything. You start to realize that you learn so much. And I'm going to say something that's going to be a big shock to people, I think, because every time I say it, people go, whoa, I think that cancer was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Oh my God. I wish that cancer didn't exist. I wish that nobody had to pass away from cancer. I wish that my mother-in-law was still here and she passed away from rare brain cancer. I know that many people do many different things to cope with awful health diagnoses. But like, my dad lost his dad a long time ago from cancer. Cancer is awful. Sorry. Just, cancer's awful. And I wish that Jessie Lee didn't have cancer. I wish that I wouldn't wish cancer on my worst enemy. Thank y'all for gifting memberships. I'm sorry I'm crying. Welcome to Snarky Divination Dragon.
I know that's so weird to say. And I say that because
Alyssa JK was gifted a membership by Divination Dragon. Oh my gosh. Thank y'all for being so nice. My grandpa passed away too from cancer, and it's awful. Divination Dragon, thanks so much for gifting the memberships. I'm a new gifted member, looking forward to the additional interaction. Thumbs down, what's up?
I've been able to coach and train and say a lot of things about, being grateful for stuff, or living life authentically, or doing things that bring you joy, or paying attention to the good people in your life, or, fill in the blank. And as much as I truly believe I had the right intentions and I was doing those things, I was not doing those things until all of this happened. And my whole life has changed. So on top of changing, yes, what I eat, and yes, how I sleep, and yes, the supplements I take, and yes, the exercise I do, and yes, the scheduling around everything, I have had to change completely as a person.
You're at 222, I think. That's awesome. I have Eloise's video in the background playing on mute, and she just hit 222. That's awesome. And I see lots of y'all are adding comments to her. Thank you. I hate having cancer and I don't want it at all, Jessie Lee. I'm sorry you have it in the world. I'm glad you're here, Janet.
The levels of forgiveness. You know, you say things like, oh, I forgive that person. Do you? I've had to forgive people for things I thought that I had forgiven them for, and I realized I was still carrying this around. I've had to spend so much time in quiet because I'm realizing that in your peace is where you find all the answers you're actually looking for. My business is completely different. I only do things that I have to do.
Okay, great.
I realized why was I making sure I was pushing so much to sell $400,000 a month? And I realized that there's this weird childhood thing about me, and I'm guessing there's some powerful people listening to this, and you'll understand what I'm saying very clearly. I've had this need to be seen as an adult because I was never seen as a child. So what I mean by that is I have always competed.
Thank you, Amy.
I've competed and competed and competed and competed in everything I did because I felt completely unseen as a kid unless I won. And then I would be seen for 30 seconds, right? I would win something. I'd be the best at something. I'd qualify for something, fill in the blank. And everybody would go, wow, you're amazing. Good job for 30 seconds. And then it would be gone. And it wasn't really real love, if that makes sense. But then I realized you can't keep chasing that. You have to find that real self-worth, that true validation. That's so much more than what are you personally selling? How many people are you personally recruiting? How many personal people have you developed into millionaires? Like all of these stupid metrics that really at the end of the day do not make you a better person or a happier person. Can I prove to all of you that I'm number one in the world in network marketing? Sure. Can I prove to you on paper the amount of money that I make?
So before she had cancer, she allegedly was selling $400,000 a month. I don't know how much of that was profit because everyone's so twisty with their numbers. She did mention in one of her lives that she had made, I don't remember if it was but 13 or 16 million in the past 5 years at Prove It, which is lower than I thought. And so she's making money off of recruiting and she's making money off of sales, allegedly, and that her sales have dropped in half from her cancer diagnosis.
It's absurd. Sure. Can I prove all of this? Yeah. But does that actually fill your soul?
Thank you.
Is that actually going to leave a lasting impact? When I pass away 100 years from now, are people really going to...
Maria, thank you so much. And I mean, I thank y'all for the gifted memberships. I'm sorry I'm a weeping willow right now. Thank you for the super chats. That's super generous of you. Then why did you add another level to your accelerator program? Yes, great question. Diesel, welcome. Welcome to Snarkies. I hope you enjoy your emotes. Yeah, my aunt, Rosa, my grandma has it currently, and I wish she didn't. My aunt has it currently, and I wish she didn't.
going to say to me, oh my gosh, it was amazing that you sold $400,000 a month, sometimes more, sometimes less. Nobody cares, right? So I started paying attention to, where's my legacy? Where's my impact? How can I show people that there's more to it than just the bottom line, that you can absolutely live a truly authentic life?
PIC line is for the medical. Oops. Sorry. I need to be over here. It's for using for IVs and stuff. So it's a peripherally inserted central catheter. There's a high risk of infection, and it's a thin, flexible tube that is inserted into a vein in the upper arm and threaded into a large vein above the right side of the heart called the superior vena cava. It is used to give intravenous fluids, blood transfusions, chemotherapy, and other drugs. She got it because of her ozone treatments, her other IVs, her all of the alternative things she's been taking. And then she found out the first couple of days those alternative places she was going didn't know how to use the PIC line. And then she had to call some random person on the internet to come change it for her. Meaning she just made a social media story and a nurse said, I'll come change it for you. Welcome all the snarkies. I know, y'all are awesome. Monica, thank you. Pair character lifting some weights saying keep it up. I can see the picture on the back end on eCam. It doesn't do it, but thank you so much. Diesel, thanks for the gifted memberships. Y'all are being so generous. I don't even know what to do with y'all.
Life, be a good person, live in integrity, and have many thriving businesses. What's that look like? So I pulled back on stuff that didn't bring me joy. I've pulled back on, I've said no. I never used to be the no person. I'd say yes to everything because I thought that if I said yes to everything, that it would advance me somehow.
Yes, we do need Rest of Star Wars for gifted memberships. Thank you so much. Let me, Alex, let me look, brand account on YouTube to personal. Let me look. Convert your brand account to a personal account. You may have to just make a new account just to be personal. I'm not sure. Here's a thread that I found, Alex, so this might help. I'm not sure if the answer is there, but people are talking about that here, Alex. Okay, we're playing. I'm sorry. We're going.
And in some cases, sure, it did. But now I'm saying no to so much. And so when I do say yes to something, I just want you to know, Gary, and your listeners to know, and everyone to know, I'm doing this because I wanted to do this. I wanted to be here. I've talked to you I've followed you for years now. I remember seeing you on Clubhouse, etc. I wanted to be here. I see what the impact that you make on the world as well. And I wanted to be here. If I didn't want to be here, I wouldn't. Everything in business is different. And I also think I'm more calculated now. I'm more aware of things. I'm outsourcing even more. What really needs Jessie Lee, right? And what doesn't? Because a lot doesn't, but you feel like you have to do something all the time. And the answer is you just quite frankly don't. So cancer will change everything about you. It'll put a lot into perspective. You'll wake up every day and you'll actually be grateful. You'll wake up every day and you'll actually have that love and that joy in your heart. You'll wake up every day and you'll pursue something, whether it's happiness, whether it's faith, whether it's laughter, whether it's joy, whether it's talking to somebody that you haven't spoken to in a long time and you've been meaning to. I cherish every conversation in a completely different way now. And so everything's different, but everything's better.
If you're looking for another smart, sassy creator, Katie is awesome. Let me make sure I find, there we go. Katie has done a few streams with Aaron Bees, and she's into the sciencey stuff, and she's super intelligent, and she's great at streaming. So if you're looking for great lives, check it out. Check Katie out. Yep, next scan is the middle of June.
And I will tell you very honestly, did my personal sales drop down? Yeah, because I'm not on live video every single day like I was for years selling product. But my income is higher than it's ever been. And so I think that has a lot to say with when you move in alignment and you start really getting the things out of your life that don't belong there. Do it now. Do it now. Don't wait until something catastrophic happens. Start paying attention to the things that bring you happiness, that are in alignment with you, that bring good people in your life, and that, yes, will move your bottom line, but
you were gifted a membership. Welcome to Snarkies.
Risk of losing yourself. And I think you guys will have everything you need to have a wildly successful business.
That was an amazing answer, and thanks for answering the question. I had a business partner. Today's the 24th. On the 22nd of May, it's been 5 years since I lost him. And he had a brain aneurysm that ruptured.
Wow.
And I didn't know anything about aneurysms, but I learned that most people, or not most, but a lot of people are living with an aneurysm that never ruptures.
Mm-hmm.
But the test to determine if we have one is too invasive, which would kill more people than just letting people live with aneurysms.
Wow.
Oh my God.
He was moving a $2 million company from...
Listen. Christina, I do not link Christina. I don't link her as much as I should because you know how chaotic I am. But she was in Beachbody for a long time, was an ethical person, helped people without getting like compensated for it. She and I have gone live before. Corinthians is her daughter, and that's who I say hello to. And so if you are looking for a Beachbody person to chat with, Christina's awesome. And here is her channel. She is so close to 100, and I think you're so close. You have 45 videos. You're so close to 100. Julie Jacobs, welcome.
Michigan down to Tennessee, went to the restroom one morning and never made it out.
Bye, Ava.
Wow.
So I've had moments like that, and like I was really close with this guy. Like he was just in my house like 2 weeks before it happened. He was in his 40s. And I've had moments like that. Now I'm 43, and I'm like, you know, who can I talk to that's had these life-changing moments, these pivotal points in their life, and figure out what they're changing, how they're realigning their priorities, how they're looking at life different. Like, how can I learn from that? Because I don't want to wait until that moment happens.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be able to make those changes today and not wait until then.
Right.
So if our listeners, if that hit home for them, just like it did me, like what are the 2 or 3 things that you would suggest that we do today to really look at our priorities, to get ourselves maybe an extra $500 to $1,000 a month, like you talked about, put that extra money in there, start taking this path on our own? What's a couple action steps that we could take today, Jessie?
Don't join a multi-level marketing company. I don't know. Not everyone has a car. So what could you do? I should be better about recommending this because I know not everyone has a car. If you have a car, though, or if you have one you can borrow, Ship It is great. And that's just me. Because you do grocery shopping for someone and you deliver it, Ship It pays you, and then you can get tipped. And if you can do 3 deliveries a day, that I was making, and obviously you have to account for gas, but before tax and before gas, I made over $100 in 3 days. Is that a lot? No, but it was 3 days worth in a row. And then you have the whole month that you can do. So it's just, you can do stuff, I think. That's not an MLM.
I think some of it's pretty simple. It's where do you actually want to go in your life? Like, what do you want to do with your life? And then if you were to reverse engineer that, are the actions you're taking today leading you towards that? And if the answer is no, well, it's not too late to change, right? It's set me on a path of, like, I guess I could describe it like this. It's sorting and sifting is another way to look at this. So when you're making a decision of, is this going to, impact my life in the way I want for it to, it's either a yes or a no. It's never even really a maybe. And I guess it's getting crystal clear on that. Getting crystal clear on what you need to do, who you need in your life, who you want in your life, who's actually riding with you. I had a conversation today at the gym actually with somebody who's very successful, but he said that, my girlfriend is my girlfriend. I can tell she
and that's
wants
a good
me to
point.
propose.
And that's a good point I didn't think of. If you have a condition that doesn't allow you to drive, I didn't think of that. I'm trying to think, and I'll look into this because it doesn't help for me to say, don't join an MLM when people actually need to make money. So let me look into some options. Sorry, I'm uncomfortable. I'm trying to move around. And again, I appreciate everyone in the chat, like, adding things, because sometimes my scope of vision is, like, limited, and I definitely need to be more inclusive because it matters.
It's that time. And I said, yeah, well, do you want to marry her? And he said, yeah, I do. I was like, so why don't you propose? And he said, what do you mean? I said, let me say it like this. If you have someone who is completely in alignment with you, is constantly at your side supporting you, you love being with her, she is your person. I've just had this perspective now of what are we waiting for? Maybe I partially have that perspective because I'm 34, which is not old, okay? But I'm 34 years old. And I, of course, have had the revelation of I've done so much in my life. And thank God I've got a boatload of God kids. I have 5 of them, but I don't have beneficiaries, right? I'm not married. I don't have kiddos to give this stuff down to, right? And I'm saying all that stuff because what are the things you need to do today? Maybe it's not quit your job, but maybe it is step more into that side hustle or more into that passion of yours or more into something that's truly just on your heart to serve and see what that does, right? Because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if all of a sudden you're going to have bills for anything. It doesn't even need to be a medical thing, right? What if there's a car accident today and you didn't expect to have to get your car fixed or whatever? Like, are you prepared for a catastrophe? And we've heard this before. People say, you should have 6 months.
This is a great resource. YouTube has some good videos about work from home companies, real ones, not scams.
Of expenses and savings and all these little like ho hum things all over, the internet or whatever. Well, I don't disagree with it. Do you have 6 months of expenses? Not even just expenses to live, but do you have 6 months of expenses and if something happens? And so I would say if you don't have an extra source of income, make one. That would also be something that's super important. I don't care what that is. It doesn't have to be something enormous. It could be a couple $100s a month, but maybe you use that and that's always your investment money. Or maybe that's the only fun money you have and you start to actually pay attention to your budget like most people don't. Maybe you start paying attention to how much you're saving and how much you're spending and how much you're investing and how money works, right? But I think everybody should never have all their eggs in one basket. Big believer in that. I had a life lesson I learned in 2017 when I was making a little over $200,000 a month at the time and all my money got bye-bye. I got terminated from something and I realized very quickly.
You got terminated from O'Dare? right? Because she doesn't own... Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Wow. Well, I'm never doing that again. And that life lesson put me on the path of investing and stuff of that nature. But get something going. Start something online. And it doesn't have to be something that makes you hundreds of thousands of dollars.
You know what the interesting thing is? She, from what I understand, and you should go listen to Aaron's video, but there was a condition, there's a policies and procedures of Modere that you cannot have you cannot have romantic relationships between the independent contractors and people in the C-suite. So the chief marketing officer and Jessie Lee were in a relationship, and I think that was part of why she got terminated. That's all controllable. Gonna spend all my pennies on booze. What? Maybe like what? Huh? What?
It could just be something that supplements your income. But that supplemental income could truly change your life. So just look at what you're doing.
That's a great point, Des.
And start making some moves. That's what I would tell everybody to do. It's not too late.
I love that. I do. And, I heard a couple years ago that the average person in the United States doesn't have $1,000 extra if their hot water heater goes out or something like that. And I just think that's bad. Like if hell hits and you got to pay $1,000 deductible to get your roof fixed or it leaks,
right?
Or your air conditioner goes out, that's just bad.
Mm-hmm.
And solving that is really easy.
She got terminated from Pure Romance. She got terminated from Modere. And then she's been in Prove It for 4 or 5 years now. Yeah. I don't know, Elaine. And shame on Vic, because Vic did not tell her that he was still married. And how devastated she was to find that out, and her positioning that she was never going to be with another married guy again. And then she is with Avi, who is still married. Come on. It feels hypocritical to me.
And I was listening to Dan's podcast, Money Mondays, the other day.
Yeah.
And I was hearing you talk about your passion now is coaching.
Yep.
So why don't you kind of wrap us up with where you're spending your time and what your passion project is and how you're helping people?
Yeah. So I think it always was my passion once I started getting really deep into the network, where, I started having thousands of people that relied specifically on me to train them. Right. And
I'm not. So just a heads up, sometimes my reading isn't the best, but I just want to remind people in the chat that sometimes I only have a certain range for commenting about politics and stuff. And if I am going to talk about politics, I will give a content warning. So if you are having that conversation in the chat, please let people in the chat know before you're about to drop certain stuff. Just got here. This was recorded 2 days ago? 4 days ago, sorry. 4 days ago. This was recent. So this is still on her Facebook page.
Like I mentioned earlier, the best network marketers, they are not just the best at recruiting. They are the best at training people and moving a sales force forward, right? They're not the only ones selling. They're not the only ones recruiting. They are great at mobilizing people. And I love that.
I wanted to make a caveat. I'm not the best at reading. If it was political, I just want us to be respectful of everybody in the live chat and give people a warning before we delve into heavy topics. And I'm not trying to constrict everybody. I'm just trying. I try to give people warnings about stuff. So I'm sorry if I misread it, Erica, I'm very sorry. If you're new here, sometimes I don't comprehend stuff very well, and listening and then reading the chat. So if I messed up, I'm sorry. I just wanted to remind people everyone is welcome in the chat. So
when I say I'm passionate about coaching, it's because there is something magical of standing in front of people, whether that's in person, whether that's on a Zoom, whether that's on a Discord channel, whatever. And you almost can see the light bulbs go off in their head. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, you say something, you give them a tactical point, you tell them do this and it's going to get you this result.
Awesome.
You see the eyebrows raised, you see the eyes get wide, you see the light bulb go off in their heads, and you're like, yes. And it's not just because you know you were able to put that seed in their mind. It's because you know that the potential of that person going off and doing something with that tiny seed and turning it into something that changes their entire life, like, that is magic to me. It's magic to me. And I think I got I hope you don't mind to tell a story, but
you've been telling stories the whole
thanks.
time.
So
I hope you don't mind if I co-op this interview and just lead it down a trail that I want to go on. It's like going over to someone else's house and just doing whatever you want and having no respect for the person who the house belongs to. And then doing all that stuff. And not ever asking for permission or having respect to say, like, hey, is this okay? But also just saying, like, hey, how do we behave here? What are we doing in the podcast? How would you like it to go?
Appreciate it. It won't be long, I promise. But I don't even know why I've told you 40 stories, and all of a sudden here I am. Can I tell you a story?
I'm just involved. Like, I take notes down because I get so engulfed in your stories. I'm like, oh shit, I got to write this down so I can loop back to it. I'm having a blast.
I appreciate that. So I'm having a blast too, by the way. It's a great conversation. I appreciate you so much. These are great questions. I'll never forget this. So there's this, so you know Eric and Eric Worre. So Eric was my first mentor, and he has this award called the $1 Million Hall of Fame. And actually where I'm sitting, it's to the left of me, like right here. It's right on my shelf. And it's this giant, I don't know, 15, 20 pound trophy. It's crazy. And the first year he did it, you had to be a verified $1 million a year earner. And it was kind of the pinnacle, you know, this is the trophy. So I get the trophy, and I'm walking across the stage holding it, super excited. And then I train the next day on his stage. And there's a closing line I say at nearly every speech, especially when this was at MGM Grand in front of 16,000 people or something like that, right in the center of the stage. You're looking up. I mean, just imagine looking up into a stadium, you know, and you're just looking side to side. Oh my gosh. Like it feels exactly how you think it's going to feel. And at the end of the speech, just like I always say, I say, there is somebody in this audience who's going to leave here today, and they're going to do everything I just trained you to do. And they're going to come back here, and they're going to be on the stage someday. They're going to be the ones making millions of dollars. I don't know who you are in here, but it's someone in here. And a year later, I go there and I do my speech, you know, a different speech again. You know, same thing, tactical training. Eric likes me to train on a lot of systems and stuff like that. And I'm backstage right after this year's $1 Million Hall of Famers, because it's new people every year, of course. And this man walks up behind me. He's from Russia, and he's holding his 15, 20 pound trophy. And he's got this big old, you know, grin on his face, ear to ear. And I go, oh my gosh, congratulations. That is just, how do you feel? No, how do you feel? And in super broken English, he goes, this is partially yours.
I'm sorry, Alex.
And I've never met this guy before.
Thank you.
I said, well, what are you talking about?
For the love of God.
This trophy last year, I was up in the rafters. I was up at the top of that stadium. And you said that there was somebody in here who was going to listen to you and let you be their coach. You said that they were going to follow you all year long. They were going to watch everything you did, and they were going to do every single thing without questioning you. And that was me. And and I couldn't even afford my plane ticket. My mentor had to buy my plane ticket here from Russia last year to be here. And I won a contest in my company to get the ticket because I couldn't buy the ticket. He said, this year I just walked across the stage because I left last year, 12 months ago, and I made $1 million because of you. And I crying because I'm emotional, right? And I'm like, oh my God. And it was almost like one of those moments where I realized, you know, maybe you're not going to coach everybody. And maybe not everybody's going to like you. And maybe not everybody, even the people you do coach, are going to listen to what you tell them to do.
She hasn't.
But the people who do, you're going to change everything about them. And I realized I really, really had a God-given gift at that point. I really can move people into action. And so
that is the issue. She can really move people into action, whether that's into misinformation, whether that's into a broken compensation model within a multi-level marketing company, whatever it is. She does have a lot of influence. She is convincing to some people, and I think, you know, I think it's important because of my experience, especially in the misinformation arena, the harm that I experience from that. I think it's important to talk about her.
When the time was right, you know, and it happened to be November this year, it all lined up how it was supposed to. I'm still building my company. I'm still topping my company. I've still got a lot of stuff going on, great inside my networking company. But I was offered, I was told I was allowed to start my own coaching program. And it was like heaven's gates opened. I don't know how to explain it. Like the angels were singing, like, "Ma!" Everything ended up being so guided. It just felt like every time I turn on the Zoom, the energy I get from these people, like 1,100 people are in my mid-level coaching as an example. So these calls they're big. I feel like,
and again, I should have said something. The fact that she has this underlying distaste and contempt for people who don't speak perfect English, when probably the guy from Russia probably speaks Russian and English and other languages as well. It's I would never, ever say something about someone's grasp of a second or third or fourth language. And maybe this is just the way I was raised. You're supposed to be inclusive and engaging and like help them feel as comfortable as possible. And if you are traveling to another country, you better not ever assume that someone's going to speak English. So you need to do the work so that you can communicate with people in their language.
Meant to do. And so it's impossible for me not to be passionate about it. And it's impossible. We do these wins of the week every Wednesday or every Tuesday. And so we just had a call yesterday and people getting on there and just talking about how, you know, they're getting brand deals, or I did your Instagram coaching and this happened, or I did your branding and this happened, or I did the marketing and this happened. I followed your copywriting course and this happened and whatever. And it just sets my heart on fire. So when I told Dan, that's what I'm passionate about it because it goes back to the question about cancer, where I'm just putting my energy into things that give me energy. And it gives me energy to watch people win. And so that's why my coaching program is just, I mean, I don't even hard sell it. I put it in my Instagram story. I'm like, here's the link, you know, like, and everyone's like, oh, thank God, you know, or I made my link in the bio. I'm not out there running millions of dollars in ads. I'm not out there campaigning for it. I don't do anything for it, but it's one of those things where if you're meant to be part of it, if I'm supposed to coach you, you have a feeling in your gut and you just want I got to get around her more. I know she's smart. I need to get in her brain. And so being able to do that's been amazing. And that really is where I spend a lot of my time. To answer that last question, I spend a lot of my time prepping for these. I spend a lot of my time putting together stuff, not only for the mid-level coaching, but definitely my top-level coaching as well. They get a lot of time and attention, and we do fun stuff like yacht parties and private jets and whatever. But I spend a lot of time in that. I spend a lot of time sharpening my skills too, which I think is also probably why I'm so passionate about it. I don't want to teach them on something in theory. I only teach on things that I do and then give them extra tips and tricks and stuff like that. But yeah, and then the rest of my time is spent in all kinds of weird treatments, getting rid of this stupid cancer that decided to live in me. And really, truly, as weird as it sounds, absolutely living my best life. I can genuinely say that right now. That's what I'm doing.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. can I ask you a question? Is making all of the racist and bigoted comments about your boyfriend who is still married with 3 kids, is that living your best life? Is that what we're talking about here? Is making comments about the person who gives you the herbal medicine and being just awful as you describe her, is that living your best life? Is scaring people and using their phobias to get rich, is that living your best life? Because that sounds super exploitive and awful and wrong to me.
That's where I'm spending all my time, is just living my best life.
I can feel it in your voice.
It doesn't.
I feel
You
the
are right.
energy, there's a sense of peace with you. There's a sense of calmness. You're hyper and you're all over the place and you're energetic, but it's almost like an inner peace that I just hear when you talk.
I really appreciate that. I feel that. Thank you.
It's really nice. Well, thank you so much for taking some time today. Sorry about the technical difficulties at the beginning.
I tried to
Glad we were able to get this worked out. And,
this is ending now,
thanks for fitting
so
within your schedule. I really, really, really
you're
appreciate
good.
you.
Absolutely. This was super fun. And I think it was my fault actually as well. I just needed to quit Discord and come back in because I accidentally did it at one point, and then I came in and it reconnected our audio. I'm like, uh-oh. And so I had to figure out while you were talking how to mute the audio and whatever. So I'll be better at Discord next time. But thanks so much for having me.
Thank you so much, Jessie Lee. Have a great day.
You too. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Amazing. So I think that was an awesome conversation. I will upload this for you guys. So you can watch the replay on Instagram. You can also watch the replay on YouTube and on Facebook. But that was Gary Henderson. It was a great conversation. If you missed out on it, go watch it again. The first probably 10 minutes we're having technical difficulties. So just jump in and scroll forward on that. But you can share this if you haven't already. And I will let you know accelerator enrollment, of course, I guess you can tell from that conversation, is open. If you would like me to coach you, the link is in the bio. There is a platinum call today, by the way. But at any rate, y'all are amazing. I appreciate you. I do have to go to Ozone now. So I live forever. And I hope you guys just have a blessed rest of your day. My name is Jessie Lee. If you're just tuning in, just tap where it says My First Podcast. Click that, hit follow. And I don't know how you did follow on TikTok. And I don't know how you did follow Facebook. Tap the screen, top right-hand corner. You can follow me or send a friend request. And have an amazing rest of your day, guys. I'll chat with you soon. Bye.
Oh, my God. Well, what just happened? Well, the only way, honestly, I can get through this type of content is with the live chat, and Danielle, Ryan, and I stream these a lot. If you got to this part in the live and you haven't licked the stream, and that is liking the stream, I would
Lick the stream.
Appreciate it, and so does the stream goat. This is our resident stream goat who we love so much, and thank y'all all for who. I almost did it again. Oh my God. I was trying to turn stream goat off. I should have known better. Mic fail. Yes, mic fail. Seriously. Bye, Rachel. Thanks so much for joining us. Is the accelerator ever closed? The answer is no. It is never closed. Thank goodness it's over. Yep. Thank y'all for joining me. I will see you on the next pre-recorded video or live stream. I appreciate all of the kindness, the generosity with the memberships and the super chats. I do not take that for granted that people would give their hard-earned money to support my channel. It's incredibly generous. And it is watching the channel supports it because YouTube AdSense gives me money. Liking and commenting support the channel. So if you are in a space where you just get to enjoy, that's incredible. Don't ever feel pressured to do anything monetarily, but I do want to just badly communicate how much I appreciate that. So thank you so much. Oh my gosh, don't leave me on 199. Ugh, be even. I guess totally I have one down vote and 199 up vote. So, oh, here we go. Oh, 200. Let's go. 200 licks. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Take care of yourself. Drink something delicious. Pet your floof. And I'll see you next time. Okay, goodbye.